Good evening, everyone.
Hello?
Welcome, welcome to episode 136's live stream.
I lost the link.
It's crazy. We're 14 away from being halfway to 200. Whew.
It's a lot of episodes.
It's nuts.
I have 3 less teeth this time.
I'm really shocked you're doing so well after, but you said you thought you would.
Last night I was like, I totally actually could have done the live stream. I actually could have.
My mouth was the size of a fucking... Oh, we're live now. My mouth was the size of a freaking... like a chipmunk eating one of its... Like, storing one of its nuts inside of its face. Like, it was huge.
I don't know how to arrange all of the windows. I don't know how to make this work. I might have to use my phone. Oh, my phone's dying. To, I don't know, look at stuff. I can't fit the rundown. I can't fit it. All right. Hey, Camp, you're not late. We just started. We probably won't have too many people in the live chat, I'm guessing.
One day behind, yeah.
And Friday night, holiday weekend. Pam probably fell asleep already.
I'm sure. She fell asleep at Busch Gardens, probably.
It really wasn't bad at all for me. The worst thing, well, this is the second time. I had one tooth removed, one of my wisdom teeth removed in 2019. That one I actually did. I wasn't put under, like, I was actually conscious during that. They just did a local, and I had no problems with it at all. But both times, this time and last time, the only thing that really, really got me was just holding the gauze in my mouth. That's just the worst part. But other than that, it really, it's not bad. The other thing that sucks is, like, you can't eat, like, you have to eat, like, soft foods for, like, the first day you can really only have, like, a smoothie and milkshakes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then, like, the second day you can start eating, like, really soft food.
Mine went the opposite, kind of. I had a pretty extreme and prolonged um, what am I talking about? I had a pretty prolonged recovery. It lasted me about a week, and my mouth was like an inflatable. I mean, it was huge, and I couldn't eat even soft foods for a couple days. It took me a couple days to get to that point. I just had to drink smoothies for like 3 or 4 days, and it sucked balls because I chewed like I could.
And
It's hurt.
you were even taking your pain pills too, weren't you?
Yes, I was taking pain pills,
I haven't.
and
I haven't.
on top of that, I think it was I can't remember now. It was my left tooth, I think, just kept bleeding. So I had to keep the gauze in there for like
Oh
for days
God,
on
see
days
that?
on
Yeah,
days.
that's what I can't. That was the worst part for me. But
I mean, you're
my
supposed to keep
actually,
it in there until it stops bleeding, so like it just wouldn't stop bleeding.
so my right side quit. My right side quit bleeding within like an hour. The left side took longer. I think that took maybe 3 or 4,
And they said
and
my
then
left was positioned awkwardly, so they had to do a bit of a more unnatural incision. So that led to, I guess, a little bit. I don't know what the fuck it led. It led to me bleeding uncontrollably for days, and I had to keep the gauze in my mouth for like days, and it sucked.
oh, I wouldn't. I'd have just been drinking blood. I don't like I couldn't have done it for days. But I haven't even like I've taken the ibuprofen, but that's it. I've
Just
not
thinking
taken
about
anything
it
else.
making me quease. I'm
Well,
remembering
so
like it just like hurt like the
Cam,
gauze got like in oh.
the gauze. Yeah, I don't like the gauze. That's but other than that, seriously, Cam, hope you have like the same experience I did because it really wasn't bad at all. Both times.
I I I have mercy on your soul, Cam. I really hope that you guys like Bob. There couldn't be two different experiences. I mean, mine wasn't. I mean, I wasn't like in excruciating pain, probably because I was on painkillers for a couple of days, but it wasn't. It was not fun. I mean, I was begging. I was like, my mom. I was like, put them back in, please. God, this sucks. I wish I'd just not done it. I don't care. I mean, looking back on it, I'm glad I did it. But
Don't be scared, Cam. James is just a baby. That's all. Just
looking back at it, I don't think it was that bad. But in the time, yeah, I was not having it. Now I'm
if
scared.
you don't, my like the gauze. The only problem with me with the gauze is I have a very my gag reflex is very. I don't want to say it's sensitive, but there's certain things that I am sensitive about, and that's the biggest thing for me was just trying to position the gauze so it was like on my teeth without triggering like the gag reaction.
I don't really have a bad gag reflex. It was just uncomfortable. The gauze just kind of hurts. It just hurt. It was irritating my wound, despite
See,
yeah,
it
that's what it
didn't
was doing
hurt
to
me at
me.
all.
I mean, it wasn't hurting like it wasn't terrible level of pain, but it was just enough where it was like irritating my where the incision had been. But I mean, it was still doing its job, so I don't know. It just felt awkward. I mean, it was still clotting the blood, but it was still like kind of poking at it, if that makes sense. It still kind of hurt. But I wouldn't be scared. It's not actually the actual procedure is. I mean, you go under, you come back up, and it's over. It doesn't actually like. It's not bad. Really, it's just the recovery that can be difficult, and it's not too terrible. I just wasn't having it. I was
It's
mainly,
not
really,
bad
the
at
main
all.
reason I was upset and I begged them to put it back in is because I wanted to eat. I had smoothies for like 3 or 4 days, and I'm like, I like smoothies a lot. And I thought I could do this, but I want something to eat. I want food. I do not want to.
I,
If you give me another smoothie, I'm going to
I,
go crazy.
I was actually eating macaroni and cheese last night.
Yeah, that could not have been possible for me because I still had gauze in my mouth either way. So I had to like,
I found out my sister when she had hers out, she ate chicken tenders the same day.
yeah. There's definitely two different types of recoveries. I think most dentists or orthodontists would not recommend eating chicken tenders the day of the surgery, though.
No, no. The big thing is do not use a straw. That is
Yes,
the
do
most
not.
important thing.
Yeah, that's a huge
Do
thing.
not use a straw for like a week.
Hmm. But they'll tell you all this, obviously, when you get your procedure
Yeah.
done.
All right. So is Cam all we're getting? Our only loyal listener here?
Apparently. This is good, though. Now we know. Now we know.
We've always known Cam's the only one that ever like holds out.
Yeah.
Oh, there, Thomas. How's it going?
Hola.
She's probably a bush garden. Well, actually, I know she's a bush garden.
Yeah, she just
'Cause she
sent us a picture from
sent us a picture of the thing we've told everybody about. She sent us a picture of the Zero sticker on the cabinet in Bush Gardens on Verbolten. We're all like,
Yeah, we've seen that.
oh my God, we've talked about that with you there.
And then
Timmy posted a similar picture, and he's like, I took this picture while you were there, Pam.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We got her in trouble. Yeah, save the blue streak. Now that
Pam
Ace
can
finally
be
showed up. They're
a
like,
buffoon
oh,
sometimes.
hey. Everybody's trying to save the blue streak, and we're about preservation, so we should probably help.
They're trying to do this last little heroic swoop, this last little heroic effort to come in and act like they've been here all. Oh, well, we were there helping preserve. The day it closed, that was the first time we actually did anything active in the preservation of the ride.
This is literally the first thing they posted about Blue Streak. How long have we been talking about Blue Streak? Like,
yeah, we've been on the show
historical
talking about it for
societies
4
have been
months,
involved for
5 months.
trying to do stuff, and Ace is like nowhere to be found.
Yeah, like weeks
It's
ago
only
we were like, "Hey,
4
go
months.
message the commission and do this," and we were talking about everything, and and then here comes Ace, like the day they're gonna close the ride, and they're like, save it, look, we got a press release.
That's kind of what scares me. Is like, what transpired to make them say that?
I'm confident they're looking at their Facebook users and they're seeing, oh shit, people are posting about it now, and there's this rally happening. Speaking of Thomas, and they're like, oh crap, people are really not okay with this. We need to step in and act like we're doing something before this ride closes and people are pissed off at us for not doing anything. I guarantee you that's what happened and transpired. Somebody was like, guys, I think we should jump in on this and help out. Because if not, we're kind of screwed. Because we should we pride ourselves on being the preservation club. We have this whole fund dedicated to it. And we're not doing anything about this ride. What is it? It's in the top 20 oldest wooden coasters in America, or maybe just coasters in general. It's
the only one by Vettel.
Ace Landmark.
I think it's the one left by Vettel.
No, it's the second.
Oh, there's 2 still standing?
Yeah. It has like all these merits and
What time is the rally?
it's at 12 p.m.
Are you sure?
I'm
how come
100%
How
confident.
come the post said 9 for me?
I don't know. I think it's because you're using some odd form of Facebook because you don't actually have you're not actually a active user.
So because I'm not an active user of Facebook, it lies to me?
Exactly. I think that literally might be what's happening. That, or like something happened where because you're not an active user, it sent you to like the older post. Because all the posts I see say 12, and then the actual description of the event, which I sent you, says 12 as well. I mean, that's literally them saying.
Maybe you thought I was in California.
What?
Maybe you thought I was in California and it was giving me a time.
Central Time, yeah.
No,
I mean,
Pacific.
Pacific Coast, yeah. Whatever. You know what I meant. Obviously not Central in California. I sent you this. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah.
Even if I really wanted to go to the rally, which I do, like, if it was close, I would go, but because of its distance, I can't make it up there. I mean, that's really far.
At the moment, I'm not very far, but I don't have my car, which complicates things too.
Good Uber.
Oh God, that would cost a bit.
Yeah, that would be a lot.
Not that close.
Yeah. How are you gonna get to Cedar Point if you're gonna go though?
I don't know. I'd steal my parents' car, I guess.
Do it for Blue Streak. Steal your car. Steal their car. Steal their car. Steal their car. But as I was saying, even though it's like a 6-hour drive for me to get there, 7-hour drive, I can't do that. That would be, requiring me to spend the night, and I just don't have that. I have school coming up. I can't be taking these big trips right now. I also just tested positive for COVID, so I cannot go, even if I wanted to.
He's displaying the reason why you should get vaccinated, though. Because let me tell you, I did not look like that when I had COVID.
You were an 18-year-old sexy male at that time?
I was not that either.
You had your first week of school this week. So you
I
guys
wonder how
start in
many-
August down there? What school?
Well,
You're
what
in
the-
Norfolk or are you in Hampton? I can't remember.
Oh my God.
I think you're in Hampton, actually, because you go to Pam's. You're in Pam's school district, so.
I literally just got 9 work tickets within 2 minutes' time.
Oh, you're in Yorktown. I thought you went to Pam. I thought Is Pam teaching Yorktown then? I thought she was in. I thought she was in Hampton. Now I'm questioning that as well. I think she might actually teach in Yorktown, and I forgot that. She lives in Hampton but teaches in Yorktown. I think now I remember that. Yeah, I do. I do remember that. So I I think that's the plan. I think it's like we raid like the whole area 60 area 64 raid. We should do that with Pontiac. Let's just all storm it. Todd Joseph can't stop us, right? He can't stop all of us. We just start running, and we just run to Blue Streak and just start repairing it. By the time we get there, though, he'd probably have the wrecking ball ready to slam it to the ground. I think, honestly, someone should chain themselves to it. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Somebody ties themselves to Blue Streak and refuses to move until Todd Joseph agrees to keep the ride intact.
He's not going to care.
He'll kill you.
He'll just run you over.
If you burn, then we'll be like, if Blue Streak burns, I burn with it. Give me this whole like poetic ordeal.
Where's Timmy at?
Let's see. I'll tell him.
It just went to 3 watching now. Was that Timmy or Pam?
No, I don't think it's anybody.
Heard time Mike. I haven't seen him on in a while.
He was here like last week or the week before.
Is he in live chat?
Yep. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh. Oh. Well, should we start recording?
That would be great. But you know what we don't have?
A poll.
Or a second half of the show at all, really. We don't have anything to talk about in the second half of the show.
Oh well. Second half of the show's canceled.
It's just the first half this week. Wreck. I got bronze in Atlanta. Pretty cards in Atlanta.
I don't know, man.
I'm not shocked.
Not either. Todd is the anti-gene. That's a good way to put him.
So they're starting that, starting before Labor Day crap. After I leave, thank God. They've been pushing for it for so long, and I was always afraid that it would be like right before I got out. They would have us be that class that actually got pushed, because they had to start it somewhere, right? They got to start the August start date and then have it end before. So they were going to have it last year, but then COVID happened, and then for some reason it got blocked this year, and it's happening next year. So I'm glad I'm not that class that has to do the transition.
We always started before Labor Day. We'd have our first week, and then we'd have day off for Labor Day.
We don't start until Wednesday because there's a Jewish holiday on Tuesday. So we get 2 days off. So we're only going to have school for 3 days next week. So it's going to be the first week of school, but only 3 days of school.
Hey, speak of the devil.
Did he come on?
Yeah.
Is it Timmy or is it... Oh, you're Timmy.
No, Mike.
I told Timmy to get on too, so... We were just talking
Happy
about
Friday,
you, Mike.
Just watched the
Bob was
video of
questioning your loyalty to our show.
You riding Dragon Slayer. You were so hyper and happy about riding that.
Bob was questioning your loyalty to our show.
Oh. I was saying that I just watched the video of you riding Dragon Slayer. Saw how excited you were for that. That is until Monkey Flip opens, right?
Yeah.
Monkey Flip's gonna rule them all.
It's the King Monkey. It's the... Planet of the Monkey. Oh. There's got to be something else to talk about, Bob, in the second half. Come on.
Let's talk about Mike riding a Dragon Slayer.
I haven't gotten to the video yet, so...
Mike, what do you think we should talk about our second half of our show? I'm actually really glad to hear you hate it more. Because that
means that I'll like it more.
A lot more.
Yeah, I think the theming in conjunction with the actual ride is going to be really awesome. I'm glad they chose to theme it so well. Glad Cedar Fair is taking theming seriously now.
Yes. Yeah, they've got a challenge. Cedar Fair probably does. They're probably like raising their own money. King's Dominion's like scraping together their own money to like build their own roller coaster because Cedar Fair is like, no. If they built Volcano, it wouldn't be the same. Like I really believe that if they actually like took they called Intamin and said, "Hey, Intamin, come take the blueprints and build the same exact ride," I don't think it would be as good. All right.
All right.
What are we going to talk about?
Back to talking about nothing. I don't know.
I don't either. Wiki Twister in a mountain. It's just going to be a nice little section for you to look at the beach. It's like, oh, hey, there used to be a roller coaster here. Now they built a beach. They just built this beach instead. just thought of Windseeker. And in that same video, when you guys Ryan turned the video to their Windseeker, it was stuck. He's like, oh, that's on brand. That was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. They do. I'd love to see a gravity group there. I don't think it's going to happen, though.
What are you talking about? They already have Blue Streak.
I mean, if they'd actually give a shit about that ride.
I like Blue Streak, but
It could, like, fix the track, put buzz bars on it.
yeah, they got Mean Streak.
No.
Hate to break it to you.
God, no. What the hell is wrong with people that follow you?
Are you kidding?
Not for Volcano. I mean, I wouldn't mind KD getting one, but no, that's not a Volcano replacement.
I think that would be a worthy. I mean, Time Traveler is like a lot of people's.
Time Traveler's built on a mountain. You might remember King's Dominion got rid of theirs.
I mean, it's built in a mountain, but then it goes into a valley for the majority of the ride.
It's probably realistic.
They want Twisted Timbers. Well, it's already there.
Axis. The Axis would be a good.
That's what I said.
I think. Yeah.
When I answered that question from on Mike's poll, I said Axis coaster.
A launched Axis coaster.
But I think a launched spinner wouldn't necessarily.
They're gonna buy Hershey's Boomerang.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
That's what's gonna happen.
And then they can say, "Hey, Bob, you've always talked about how much you love the MK12s. Here we go." Now you got him at your home park, or not really, whatever you want to call it. Your former.
No, they took it away from my home park to put it in my old home park.
Yeah. Hold up.
I actually have to build two Coaster Dynamics models. Super Duper Looper and Sky Rush.
Oh, Bob's not gonna like the first one.
What, Super Duper Looper?
No, with what Mike said.
Oh, no. Axe, so I would love to see a Hyper GTX there. But I think Axis is more fitting. I just think Axis would just fill the void a little bit better. If it was actually, well, see, that's the problem. Like, if it was an actual 4D, that would be awesome. But they're not going to build a 4D right next to the free space.
Yeah, right next to the 40. That would be pretty awesome if they did that, actually, but they won't do that.
What is with? Why does YouTube let you put emoticons if it wants to filter emoticons? I don't understand it. Son of Tom. Because that worked out so well for Kings Island. I actually love that though.
Oh, man.
Axis Coaster kind of even would fit the theme of like monkeys.
I guess.
Right?
But so does free spin. I mean, I think that's why they went with the free spin.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like if they're going to keep with the theme of the area.
I really God hope that they're not just going to stick with monkeys the entire theme.
I don't know. I think an Axis is their best, the best option. I just feel like that's like.
But I don't think that's what they're going to go with, sadly.
Oh, they're not going to do. They're not going to do the best thing. They're going to do the worst thing. We're going to end up with a Zamperla or something.
We're going to end up with Zaire, the tower models, like Impulse.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, but
no, I know. I like giving you crap because you love them, but I don't really mind it. Actually, I like Impulse.
I honestly like. Well, if they relocate Wicked Twister, Kane's Dominion is like the only logical place, I think, because they have the infrastructure there to run a limb.
But what would you do if that was the volcano replacement, though?
What's that?
Who would you do if that was the volcano replacement, though? I'm mad with that.
I mean, I guess technically it's the closest thing possible to volcano.
And hey, that'll be a new credit, right?
Technically, yeah.
Oh my god. There we go.
That's.
I hate that.
I mean, Wicked Twister could fit in a lot of places. The problem is just running the power to it.
Limbs require a.
I'm pretty sure that right now Wicked Twister's power is tied directly to the mainland. It doesn't even come off of the same lines that run Cedar Point.
All right, Bob, we need to think about something to talk about in the second half.
Yeah. But I don't know what. I don't know what to talk about.
I feel like we've had every coaster discussion possible. So it's just, trying to think like best restraints, best like roller coaster.
That's a funny story. Maybe we should just talk about that the second half. How BGW and BGW fans get along so well.
Mm-hmm.
I really do wonder if Kevin's still fighting with them.
I think so. He's like, didn't you listen to Kosher Talk? James is right. It's a smart business move to open up a Pantheon. I'm just kidding.
What I think they should do is they should have the pass holder. Like, if you're a pass holder, you get to ride it.
That would be
this year.
so. That would be so. That would upset so many people.
I don't care.
At this point, SeaWorld's already screwed themselves and
Be the first time they actually did something that upset somebody else other than me. Everything they do upsets me, so.
I like Trailblazer a lot. I thought it was on par with Wonder Woman.
It's the same thing as Wonder Woman, isn't it?
It's the exact clone. But he hasn't ridden the Trailblazer, so I'm saying from somebody who's only ridden Wonder Woman, I think it's on par with it. Like, it's nothing at all. Like, it's the exact same. There's no difference at all, really. Some people try to claim there are differences between them, like they just feel different, but there's not.
Well, one has seatbelts, doesn't it?
No. Well, one has seatbelts on the restraint, but it doesn't really... Actually, it's not a seatbelt across you, the rider, so it doesn't affect
okay.
it. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, so, still don't know what to talk about.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think both actually... I'm pretty sure both actually have that seatbelt that latches to the restraint, but none of them have a seatbelt that goes across the rider. I know that for a fact.
Jersey Devil doesn't have a seatbelt.
It's the same thing as Jersey Devil, I was about to say. But it has one that goes on the restraint, right?
I don't think so.
You sure? It just comes down?
Yeah, I think so. Because that's why they keep it moving. I think that's why
Well,
Railblazer doesn't keep
Wonder
moving.
Woman's a continuous load as well.
But Railblazer isn't, right?
No, but Wonder Woman has the...
Right. But the reason why Railblazer doesn't have it is because of that seatbelt. I don't think Wonder Woman has it.
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm actually looking at a picture right now, actually, that has the seatbelts in it, so...
All right, well, shut up and go to hell. Well, I don't... Yeah. That's why I'm not renewing my Six Flags pass. Wait. Oh, yeah, only membership. Yeah. I'm not happy about that change. I mean, I'd even be okay if they had a higher level season pass that I could get, but I don't want to do that membership crap.
I saw you got into it, Dan, the t-shirt guy, about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm on a Discord server with him, and he was going off about it as well.
Off about me?
No, just off about the issue itself.
I don't know why. Like why? Like just doesn't get it. Like recurring stuff like that is like. I mean, I hate it for necessities like phone and cable and crap.
He's saying you're lazy if you can't cancel our
Yeah,
subscription or
but that's
something.
not what it's all about. It's not, like it's not about just canceling. The whole problem is when. Why don't we talk about that?
There's
Let's talk
loopholes.
about
Well, we
that.
talked about that already.
Oh, let's talk about it again. I don't know.
We had a pretty lengthy talk about it on the show last week or whenever we talked about it a week or two ago. It's also like the loopholes you have to jump to cancel the subscription. So
Yeah, but it's also that awkward. Like, okay, my membership's up, but oh, I better keep it. So you like inconvenience yourself, even like if it's like, because you don't want to start, you don't want to end up locked in 12 months again. So you just keep it, which like it psychologically locks you in longer than the 12 months. It's just I don't like it.
sure.
Yeah, Six Flags America is actually a good park. It really is.
But that's the extent that I would go to at that park. It's a good park. It's a solid park.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Give me I'll pay a little bit more to just pay that price up front and be done with it. And, like that's the other thing. Like I'm not going to get a pass just for Six Flags America because Great Adventure is driving distance. Like, oh, excuse me. That's just like I don't know. It's just dumb. I'm just no. What's this guy going on about?
God dang it, guys! There's got to be something to talk about. Give us something. That's why we do these live streams. It's all a setup. We need you to give us something to talk about.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Like Six Flags America is gonna struggle.
But how much of their audience is really buying the season pass for the
I don't know. I think a number of them.
Mm, I don't know.
I really do wonder if their that sale that they had was one of two things or maybe both. One to like get season pass holders to renew really quick before they realized that it wasn't good at all the parks, or two to gauge how much like how many people aren't going to renew passes because of that change. And if not enough people renewed, are they going to actually change like in a month or two and say, "Oh, guess what? We now have this gold platinum plus pass that you can get. It's still Superman version, but it's plus. They're going to go back to all that nightmare stuff of like, oh, well, this pass says this and this and this and this, but it might work for this because we didn't tell you about that. But if you go and you say this, then we'll probably let you in anyway because, well, we didn't really say this on the website. We said it this way, even though this way was different. You should have bought this one, but it doesn't matter because they're all the same anyway. They're 4 different prices, but they're all the same. Yeah, they had that. Well, see, that was the thing. They what was it? It was Gold Pass. There's a Gold Pass, and then there was the Gold Pass Superman Edition. That's what it was. And you had to buy during the sale to get the Superman Edition, which was valid everywhere. But then the thing was, people started finding out that really the benefits still applied to the other passes. They just didn't say that they applied, which is another thing going through in my mind is, are they just going to let season pass holders into the other parks anyway? They're just telling us that they're not.
I doubt that.
But I don't doubt that because that's what Six Flags traditionally did, that to confuse you into buying stuff that you really didn't need, even though you got benefits with lower.
You should test the hypothesis
anyway.
then.
What's that?
You should test that hypothesis and buy one. Try to go to Great Adventure or something.
It's a lot of money, though.
You're gonna show up there, and they're gonna scan your ticket. They're gonna be like, "Wait, this is a Six Flags America pass," and you're like, "No, but I know how you guys work. I know how you guys operate."
Wait, that's the other thing. Are they actually going to print different passes for every single park? Because that's the thing they never did. All of their passes were 100% identical.
Yeah, but it would still scan and say only author. Only
okay, yeah, maybe, but I think that's like. I don't know. I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. I have no way of knowing what they're gonna do, but it really wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know what to talk about in the second half of the show.
I don't either. I think it's just canceled.
I like the nightlife, baby. Boom, boom, boom.
My opinion is that this guy's opinion shouldn't outweigh the opinions of others. Yet he signs with Ace President like he needs some sort of validation for his opinion. Well, actually, Cam, the funny thing is that we have plenty of news to talk about. We just don't know what to do for our special segment.
Our second part where we typically talk about either something
random roller coasters.
Not again. We just did that.
No. Well, they weren't random.
They were random, but not to the listeners that submitted them. They were
Maybe
random
we
for
should have
us.
Mike. We should have Mike come on and just like throw us curveballs. Be like
Maybe one
just
episode,
random
yeah.
rant.
Then we could do that. I don't know if we could
Do
get that
that for
set
a
up
second,
tonight.
I mean, not it. They weren't big stories, Cam, but we found enough stories to.
I'm like, oh man, my pennant's falling off. I guess I'm just gonna have to nail it in.
Pennants falling off.
The top throw jack extra pennant's falling off.
That's not a sign.
I know. I was about to say that hasn't been timed perfectly. I don't know what else could be.
I gotta get back to Carowinds.
Here it comes.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
See your points down 2 Intamins next
There
year.
we go. 2 Intamins and a pennant. Ah.
It was probably Dollywood just went to RMC and said, "Hey, what can you build us?" And they're like, "Oh, we want to try this."
Now, did you see the trailer for the documentary? They said, I don't remember who was from Dollywood, but someone from Dollywood was like, we asked RMC if they could
Was
do
that
Outlaw.
actually somebody from Dollywood?
Yeah, it's like, can we do Outlaw Run, but make it like launched? And RMC said, yeah. Fred Grubb said, yeah, we can do that.
I didn't realize it was somebody from Dollywood that asked that.
Well, now you do.
I guess so. Hello, Project Honor Gaming.
I really
That trailer does look awesome. I really think it's good. I mean, I think it really looks good.
I really think it's good.
I really think it's good. I've seen it.
Bob has got an exclusive access to it.
Yeah. I actually did already buy it.
You pre-ordered, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the premiere in Texas.
I want to go to the premiere.
I'm going to...
Are you really? When is the premiere?
Are you talking about me? I'm not actually going now.
No. I don't know. That's weird. I can't believe so many people were upset about it. It's only $10, and it's like the fact that they're releasing it on a platform that's like not restricted. Like when do you know Closing for Storm? I still have not got my copy of Closing for Storm.
Really?
Or Closed for Storm. Yeah, I still have not got it. I pre-ordered it. I still don't have it. But like I couldn't watch it on demand because I didn't have anything that supported the DRM for whatever platform they released it on. I forget. Well, no, not yet.
We didn't even start the show yet.
We didn't start the show yet, so.
We don't even have that on the rundown. I just realized.
Wait, we don't?
Yeah, I thought I asked you to put it on there, buddy.
Oh, I want to.
We can save that for the second half since it's an update. It's not really.
Let's do it. That's the second half.
There
Second
we-
half's gonna be.
There you go.
We found it.
We did it. Thank you, Mike.
Maybe we should move. Then let's move that Ace thing down. Let's just talk about all that in the second half.
Well, no, let's just make that like the transitional point. That can be the last thing we talk about before we go to the second half.
Oh, but I'm gonna ramble into it.
Yeah, exactly. It can
Yeah,
be that'll be the transition. Like it'll be like, and I also hate how Ace is now jumping in with Blue Streak, and then we'll be like, speaking of, second half of the show, Blue Streak, and then you can do your little thing, do your little dancey dance.
My little dancing dance.
Yeah. What link are we going to include? Are we including the The Ace tweet? Are we including
All of them. I don't know. Wait, what? Oh my! I need to figure. I don't know how to make this work. No, they haven't. But Ace was like, oh, guys, guess what? The blue streak might die, and we're all like, where you been? Where you been, Ace?
Yeah, we've been here for 4 months, reporting on this. I like how that guy replied to you on Reddit. Ace has done more for preservation than either me or you.
Wait, where?
He said, but you already responded. He said, like,
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
the organization has done more for preservation than either me or you. And it's like, wow, yeah, great observation. You mean that?
I mean, he's not wrong, but that's totally not what I'm saying.
I know he's not wrong, but obviously, like, what are we gonna do? I mean, are we gonna go out there and me and you save the ride ourselves?
Exactly.
Or the group of 7,000 enthusiasts. I mean,
see, here's the ironic thing: the fact that, like, when we were at Hollywood, that's how we were at Hollywood Nights. And do you remember that's what people were talking to me about? Like, they were coming up to me and like, oh, that blue streak rant was the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, I mean, did we have some kind of an impact? Maybe. I mean, I think we certainly had more
than
of
Ace.
an impact than Ace
Yeah,
right now. Like,
more than Ace coming in the day before the ride's going under and trying to. Oh man.
I do think that was funny though. Hollywood Nights. Everybody was like, everybody saw me that knew me was like, oh yeah, that blue streak rant. That was great.
What link are we including for that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Should we just put blue streak rant part 2?
Well, let's do the Ace. Oh, dang it! I just closed that one.
How you like that? Is that good?
No, we're gonna put the link to.
I know. I like that title though. I put blue streak rant part 2, the final countdown.
It's the final countdown.
That's what it is. Hey guys, I've been doing this for a little while. I forgot to do it tonight, but for the past couple of weeks I've been doing it. We're actually post the link and you guys can view the rundown with us. You can't edit it because that would be crazy. But
There's the link. Do what you want with it. Oh, now we need a friggin' poll.
Yeah, we do.
I lost a window. Actually, I lost
How'd you do that?
Windows.
Windows are pretty heavy.
They are. My favorite quote on an old website on Bash, it was, I don't know, I wonder if it's still around, bash.org. It was like quotes from like IRC back in the like internet chat days. And somebody's like, I lost a server. I literally lost the server. It's on the network. It pings. It responds. I just have no idea where it physically is. All right. So we have a rundown, right?
Oh my god, are we literally doing that?
I don't know. We could.
Oh my god. That's like the 3rd time in a row we've done that poll.
Is Wicked Twister done? Is Top Throw Dragster done?
Is Blue Streak?
I mean, let's make it a trilogy. Is
Yeah.
Blue Streak done?
A trifecta. Here we go. And next week, whatever.
And we should announce it that way too. And the final part of the trilogy is
We're capping the trifecta here, and it is Blue Streak done for.
all right. So I'm not gonna. Actually, maybe I should. Hey, can you do me a favor? Are you?
Hey, there's a
do you
chat
have an easy
on
way to-
Google Docs too. That's cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Too many chats.
There's too much going on as it is. I should be able to open that doc and read only from that link on my phone. See what happens here. Seriously, YouTube? Oh my god. That link that you posted to YouTube,
Which one?
the one to the doc, is that different than the link that I have for it?
The link to
I
the
assume
doc?
it is. Yeah, the document, the rundown.
Oh, the Google Docs? Or-
Yeah.
That's the same as the one you have, because you'll have access to it. Why?
Okay, so everybody. Well, I want to send it to my phone.
So
but
you'll get
when I
it.
copy.
You'll get it, but when you open it up, you have access, and then when they open it up, they don't have access to edit it. So that should be the
Well,
only
that-
difference. It's the
that's-
same link, though, yeah. I believe.
No, that's a token. I have a token. Did you just send it?
A token?
Yeah, on my from the email, it's actually there was actually a token for me. Oh, I guess there's one there too. All right, well let's see what happens. It's stuck in your head now. It's stuck in my head too. I wonder if that's gonna work in DuckDuckGo. We're about to find out. All right, nice. All right, I got the rundown on my phone.
Wow! I'm just kidding.
Hey, look, Pam showed up.
You're lucky we didn't start, Pam, or you'd miss the show.
No, she's gonna fall asleep anyway.
Yeah.
Love you, Pam. Hey, Pierce is there too. Everybody's joining.
What was that about nobody joining? Got the whole
don't
crew,
know.
other than Timmy.
Where's Timmy? Slacker.
Yeah, how dare he have a life outside of our podcast? That's unacceptable. I'm in the mood for a melody. I'm in the mood.
We know you were at Busch Gardens. You sent us a picture of something we already knew about.
At Busch Gardens. Yeah.
Wait, what window am I? Oh yeah, Audacity. $6. Actually, that might be all I spent there this year too. Holy crap! That was a really expensive $360.
I know, you're not making use out of that pass that you bought, boy. Are you going to go again this year?
I'm gonna go down to Florida at some point.
This year?
Yeah.
Hey. But you're not going to go to
That's
Williamsburg again? Are you going to...
$60 an hour.
Are you going to just Tampa, or...
No, I'll go to Tampa and Orlando. I have a friend that lives in Tampa.
Dang it, you should have gone with
Actually-
us in September.
I'll probably be able to stay with him though. And actually, I get to.
No, I know, but I'm saying...
He actually said he wants to. There's a bunch of stuff. Like he's actually one of my customers too. There's a bunch of stuff in Virginia, in the data center that he wants at his house, but it'll cost a ton to ship. So he's like, maybe I'll pay for you to rent a car and drive down, and like I can just take all that stuff down.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Yeah. I want to get you home. No.
All right.
Are you ready?
Let's record.
I am going to bring up that I have the vid, just so you know.
All right.
That'll probably be the opening. What shirt do you have on? Is that a Holiday World shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the 75th anniversary shirt.
Yep.
All right, you ready? I have my Maryland University shirt on. If anyone cares. Are you ready? Here we go. Let me test my audio first, actually, because it's not working, so that would have sucked. That would have sucked really bad.
Well then.
That answers that question. Hello, I'm James Barber, and Bob K. Mertz is sitting here with me. Hello, I'm James Barber, and Bob K. Mertz is clipping. No! I want to get you home. Hey guys, James Barber here from the one, the only Kosher Talk podcast. I'm the greatest host of all time. Sitting alongside me is Bob. I almost called you Rob for a second there. Good night, everyone. Let's see how that sounds. Hey guys, James Barber here from the one, the only Kosher Talk podcast. I don't know why it picks and chooses on nights when it wants to clip and not clip. It's like I haven't changed anything about this microphone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of Kosher Talk Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of Kosher Talk. Hello. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another week of Kosher Talk Podcast. Hey, guys. Welcome back to...
I want to make a James Barber doll that just says that. You pull the string and...
Just says welcome back.
It just says, welcome back.
And I want to get one of Bob that just says, F SeaWorld. F SeaWorld.
No, it has to say F SeaWorld Corporate.
Yeah, okay. Fuck me. I can't not... Oh, wait. Let me do this. think I might have the solution to our problems. I want to get you home. No. Baby, no one.
You don't have solutions to problems.
I like big butts and I get nothing. All right, let's see how this works. All right, we're trying again for Kosher Talk Podcast episode 136. Testing my audio levels, making sure I'm not clipping when I get really loud, and then when I get really quiet, making sure my audio is not too quiet. All right, we're trying again for Kosher Talk Podcast episode 136. It's still clipping. That's amazing. I don't know what else to do, Bob. I've changed every setting known to man. Or have I? I might have just lied there. Now let's see if this works. Hey guys, James Barber here. Yeah, there we go. All right. That makes it a lot quieter. Are you ready? Hey guys, James Barber here. Testing my audio, ready to record the show. Are you talk for me? Oh my god. Hold up. I was like, are you just giving me the silent treatment or what? What's happening here? Oh man, did this happen again? No, it still says
Anybody hear me? Oh my god, James.
There we go. I kid you not. I kid you not. What I just did is I went to voice and video, and for the output device, I just literally selected the device it was already on, and then for some reason, then I heard you again. I don't understand. It was on the output of my headphones, and that's what it was on, and I just clicked it again. I clicked.
Can they hear me?
Now they can hear you. They couldn't hear you for a second, probably.
Oh my god.
Were you saying something?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Maybe not. All right, let's try this. I'm testing my audio again for the last time just to make sure that nothing happened between me selecting the output device and now has changed something. I'm testing my audio again for the last time just to make sure that nothing happened between me selecting the output device. Okay, Bob. You can stop your complaining now. We can record.
We can record? Oh, wow. Ready?
We can do what we came here to do.
Are you ready?
Maybe. Yes, I'm ready. Yeah.
3, 2.
Another week, another episode of Kosher Talk Podcast. Welcome back, everyone, to episode number 136. It's September 5th, 2021. I'm your host, James.
And I'm Bob.
And it might be quite difficult to tell, but I've actually today. Was it today? Yeah, it was today. So all my days have kind of blended together because I've been chilling out at home. I tested positive for COVID-19 today. I had a suspicion that I had it since Wednesday, so I've been quarantining since Wednesday. I got my PCR test on Wednesday because my mother had tested positive for it that day, and I decided to go in. But then the PCR test is taking way too long, so I'm just going to get rapid tested and see what I get for that to either confirm or deny my suspicions. Despite the inaccuracy of that test sometimes, I wanted to at least see what we're looking at, and that came back positive. So for right now, I'm in the positive category for COVID. Technically speaking, the PCR could come back negative because there have been some false positives with people who've been vaccinated now, but I don't know. I'm still quarantining for it as of now.
You're a testament to what the vaccine actually does, because you have how many symptoms do you have?
I have 0 symptoms. Yeah, I'm experiencing 0 symptoms. I feel like I could go run a marathon.
And I assure you, I did not feel that way when I had COVID.
Yeah, I
absolutely did not. Interestingly, I had my wisdom teeth pulled yesterday, and I'm actually doing fine as
Yeah, so
well.
we're both overcoming different, but both would say I think medical difficulties sometimes. I mean, COVID can be quite obviously detrimental to the lives of people, and then wisdom teeth for me, despite what Bob may tell you, can be a very difficult procedure as well. Oh
There was
man,
nothing to it.
man,
I slept through the whole thing.
you're being atrocious, man. You're making me. Oh, it was terrible. It
And
was
honestly, like it's funny because like when I had one pulled a couple years ago, and I didn't even like I just got a local. I was awake for the whole thing. Didn't bug me at all.
yeah. That
The worst part about it is the gauze. That's the worst part. Putting gauze in your mouth is
that's top
just
five for me,
uh,
for sure. But my face blew up like a balloon, like an inflatable. I looked pretty much to a T like one of those chipmunks that you see with the nuts in their mouth. My mouth would not stop bleeding. My gums were bleeding for days. I just, I had a completely opposite and different experience than Bob here. So, uh, yeah, but
you guys all got a good laugh though. I sent you a couple videos,
yeah,
but
he was on some drugs there. He was high as a kite.
I don't I don't I don't I don't really
And
re
that's the only thing. That's the different thing that we've
here's the
experienced.
thing.
Maybe that's why
I
you
don't
don't feel anything. Maybe it's because you're on the drugs and.
well no, they oh believe me, they wore off pretty quickly after that. Um but like I don't really remember what I said, but the weird thing is like I was so out of it that I didn't know what I was saying, but somehow I managed to actually record those videos, upload them,
That should
and send
be
you
that should
guys
be
a
what we
link
do in our
to.
second half of the show. We should talk
Oh
about those
God.
videos.
No. I actually haven't gone back and rewatched them
That would be
yet because
great. The
I'm,
first
I'm
time
kind of
reaction from
afraid
Bob.
to. I'm kind of afraid
Oh
to.
man, they're not that bad. They're like 12 seconds. They're all like 12. They're both like 12 seconds, and you just rambling on about
And
Conneaut
that
and
wasn't one was Coney out, one was SeaWorld,
yeah, one
right?
was SeaWorld. Yeah,
Okay.
it was pretty great. Yeah, but when I got my teeth pulled, I woke up from the anesthetics and that was it. Like I was back to normal. Like I was on no severe pain medication or that got me loopy really.
So the thing was, like, they didn't. The place that I had it done, like, they literally, like, I woke up and immediately after walking up, they like walked me out to my dad's car.
I
Like,
got
it
up and
wasn't. I
did
didn't
they
even
like
stay
escort you?
there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh God.
I just
Not
literally
really.
I got up out of the chair and just walked back to the lobby and I was like, all right, mom, it's time to go. I guess like that was it. It's so crazy. Yeah, completely different experiences for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, actually, we had very different COVID experiences as well.
I know it's like I'm telling you, we're like the inverse of one another sometimes.
Well, you also had the vaccine before yours, which I think
I
has,
think that
I think
helps.
that plays an important, very important factor in this.
Yeah, age differences. I mean, there's a wide variety of differences for sure, but definitely the vaccine's probably the most obvious. Um, yeah, so that's really, but I know many of you probably wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't be able to tell. I would not have gotten tested. That's the thing. Had it not been for my mom being so sick, and she already got
Yeah.
4 COVID tests, and all of them have come back negative. She just did it kind of out of curiosity. Her final COVID test that she got that actually came back positive. That wasn't one that was really required. Like she didn't go to the doctor and they're like, let's test you for COVID. That was one that she actually asked for. So technically speaking, she has bronchitis. That's the original uh, issue. And then it, I guess, either developed into COVID, not developed into COVID, but COVID came along and mutated along with bronchitis, or it's just working with bronchitis right now. But regardless of that, if she had just gone under the assumption I have bronchitis and that's it, and decided not to get the COVID test, I would have no idea right now. That's how crazy. Like
Yeah.
I feel perfectly nothing, no symptom, not even a sore throat. I don't have congestion, nothing. It's really crazy. Um, but yes, so I started
Well,
quarantining Wednesday, and so hopefully I'm hoping next Friday. That's my plan is going to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. That's tough, definitely tentative based on I'm gonna go Thursday and get a rapid test again, see if it comes back positive or negative. Um, but yeah, that's the plan right now is to quarantine for the next 10 days here since Wednesday.
so something interesting happened today. Trailer released for How We Roll,
It did.
which is a documentary about Rocky Mountain construction.
By our boy Taylor Bybee.
Yeah, and Midway Mayhem fan.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Sarah helped out with that. As well as
Actually,
Scott
there was a
from
whole field of people that worked
Amusement
on it.
Insiders, I think, or yeah. He helped out as well. So the whole crew over there.
And okay, so here's an interesting thing. I mean, obviously, I got attacked for being an entitled enthusiast because I'm not happy about Six Flags' membership. Okay, whatever. Whatever, fine. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, he's totally content with that. You can tell, right? He's fine.
Yet, there's enthusiasts everywhere that are losing their freaking mind over paying $10 for this documentary.
Yeah. It's
And I don't see anybody
absurd.
telling them they're entitled.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's absurd. It's foolish, really, for anyone to be upset about this, especially at the production value that this looks like it costs. I mean, I think Sarah posted about on her Twitter, just alone the camera equipment is worth over $30,000 that they were utilizing. I mean, so just alone there, you can tell that this is a big budget project for them, and I didn't really think about it, honestly. I'd see them posting online about, oh, this is how we roll, posting about it here and there. I never really thought about, oh wait, this is an expensive project. I never really clicked in my mind, oh, they're probably going to charge for this. I didn't think it was going to be a documentary that I'd have to pay for to watch, but I'm not upset by that. Like, I understand now looking on it, I'm like, oh wait, that makes total sense. Like, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody that's
I
outraged
kinda,
by this is the definition of entitled. It's $10 even. Like, I could understand if it was a pricey documentary, maybe I wouldn't understand it, but I would be a little bit more like, okay, I can see where these aspects coming from, but yeah.
that this was going to be a paid. I kind of had a feeling that this was coming, and I expected it. I mean, it looked like they were really doing a lot with this.
And people are used to Taylor's one park documentaries where it takes him like a day to go to the park and film. I mean,
right, and literally it's just a park that he was going to go to anyway.
Exactly.
And that's the other thing is some people are looking at this like, oh well, like we paid for you to go to these parks. Like, well, things change when you're going there to do something. You know, it's not like when Taylor was going to a park, he was just going to enjoy the day at the park. I mean, that's when James and I go to a park and you get some footage and stuff like that. Like we're there just to enjoy it. But on the side, we do, we might do a few things for the show.
Mm-hmm.
But like it changes when you're actually meeting people for interviews and like you have to get flights for these. Flights aren't cheap.
And
have you gone to other parks? Like flights, they're not cheap.
And also, I mean, he's going on these trips just like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to Silverwood for the weekend. I'm going to do one day like experiencing the park and one day filming. He was going to Silverwood, at least Silverwood. I know other parks as well, but Silverwood I can definitely confirm because I remember him doing it solely for the documentary, nothing else. Going to Silverwood for the weekend to film. Going up on top of the ride. He got on top of Stunt Pilot and got footage up there. Like he was going exclusively for that. So there's not even a park trip associated with some of the plans he had to go to these parks. It wasn't even about experiencing the park at all. So yeah, they're totally
and the other thing that I want to give them major props on is the platform they're releasing it on. You can rent it for. This is the thing. They even lower like the rental cost was $8 this morning. They actually lowered it to $7 to rent it. I forget for how long you get it for, but it's only $10 to actually buy it, and the platform allows you to actually download copies of it. So like people like me that don't have access to, like I run Linux, so I don't have a Windows machine, and sometimes like a lot of these places that require DRM require Windows or Mac, and I don't have those.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Closed for Storm. I bought it. I pre-ordered it, right? On DVD because I wasn't able to watch it on the platform that they released it on. Sure. I still don't have my copy of Closed for Storm. How long ago was that? Like it still hasn't made it to me. But like this I know that on that day I can download. You can download it and that file is going to work on whatever platform you want to watch it on. Like whatever media player you have, computer, whatever, it's going to play that is going to play that file. And I give people major props for that. It's a great platform, and $10 for like, you can't buy a movie for that.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lengthy film. And again, people are used to the old documentaries from Taylor, which were, I think, what was it? The King's Dominion one was like 20, 30 minutes. The Kentucky Kingdom one was about that length too, 40, maybe 45. I think this is going to be a rather lengthy documentary. So, I mean, there's a lot of effort put into this, more than just, again, getting some footage here and there when you're at the park. Like that's what the documentaries used to be for Taylor, and I think he's just another level now. He's taken a step up from a production and from a cinematography standpoint. It's just improved tenfold. So, yeah, I totally get the pricing, and anyone that's upset about that, like that, that's the pure definition of entitlement. If you think you should just get this for free, so let's please realize that. Realize the error of our ways and move on, because no one can convince me that, oh, I should get this for free, or oh, I deserve it for free. That's just not how it works. Exciting news out of Universal, the Universal Beijing property, actually, to be specific. Their park, their resort there, is now opening. They released a date, September 20th. So many of us have been hearing about Universal Beijing, and that's due to the fact that they've been doing previews for certain guests and team members who are invited in preparation for the grand opening. And now it will be opening on this is the 20th of September, so a little less than, what is that, 2 weeks? Yeah, so or a little bit more than 2 weeks, actually. It's going to be about 17
Yeah, a little
days.
over 2 weeks.
A little over 2 weeks, yeah. So this park includes 7 areas. They have a Hollywood area, Kung Fu Panda, a Water World, a Minion Land, and a Jurassic World area, as well as I believe they have a Wizarding World as well. The two main rides, at least the two marquee rides that I've been hearing nonstop about that aren't really clones, because I know, well, one is a clone for sure, but one is not a clone. One's like an improvement on an already existing ride. Both of them, I guess both of them could be considered that, actually, now that I think about it. I'm kind of going back on my word there. So we have the Decepticoaster, which is a Hulk clone, but it's an improvement upon that. People are saying that the theming's just better overall, that the transitions are a little bit better than Hulk. I love Hulk, but it's possible. It's possible that this is a little bit better. I don't know. Maybe they improved some of the profiling and the shaping of the elements. And then the major improvement that people are talking about is their Jurassic World Adventure ride. That's a new dark ride / water boat ride, which is really cool. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the video, Bob, but there's actually a video released by by some of the employees or guests that were invited, a little POV of the ride. It looks really cool. They've combined the dark ride projections and that aspect of the dark rides with the animatronics perfectly, and it actually goes along with the Jurassic World movie. So it's like you're helping the Indominus Rex fight the T-Rex at the very end of the film, which is cool. And I think they did a really good job. So props to them for that. I think they'll also have other clones like the Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff and Despicable Me. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else too major at this park yet that I know of.
Looking at this, I guess this is the Decepticoaster, the clone. Tell me that does not look like the Space Mountain in Paris with that gun that kind of shoots the coaster out. That just gives me vibes of
I've always
like,
thought
crazy.
that Hulk kind of looked like Space Mountain too, like just that like tube that it comes out of. I thought it always kind of resembled it, but yeah, I can understand that. Mm-hmm.
I just really like that's when I looked at that, I was like, wait, no, that's the wrong chain. I was just I don't know. That's the kind of the vibes I got.
Yeah, I agree. And again, that's kind of what I thought of when I used to go when I first went to ride Hulk. I thought initially, I feel like I've seen this somewhere, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's what the Paris Space Mountain looks like, because it has that like tube that you launch out of. So yeah, I think this looks more like it because it's more industrial, kind of like the Space Mountain.
More
Sci-fi,
gunny
and sci-fi
yeah,
looking.
Sci-fi. Yeah. That's it. That's the word I'm looking for.
Gunny. Yeah.
Gunny.
Yeah. But I agree. So little
Speaking
else
of
to
things
talk about.
Yep, Riddler Mindbender.
Indeed. So Six Flags Over Georgia has been refurbishing this ride with Premiere for the past year and a half. It's good to see that this ride will be reopening in September as well. Just a few days after, or actually, hold up, just a day after, or 2 days. Wow, I cannot speak tonight. 2 days before Universal Beijing will open. So you can get a Riddler's Mindbender ride and then fly to Beijing if you want.
But flights are expensive. Remember, we
yeah, exactly.
discussed that. This I love it. This is the Schwarzkopf, right?
This is the Schwarzkopf. Yes, you're right.
That makes me happy. I love seeing Schwarzkopfs getting some love.
The only thing I don't love is these new trains. If they have comfort collars, that's really not going to be my.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't.
How did I miss this part?
Yeah, that's been the promo art for it showed.
This
comfort
does not
collars.
make me happy.
You like that?
Are you sending me a link?
That 180. I'm gonna try to find it. If I'm remembering correctly, that's what they released on that. Yeah, here it is. But this isn't a good photo of it because you can't really see the comfort collars. This is the best I got, but you can't really see it here, so you're not gonna believe me yet. Man, I thought there was one that actually showed comfort collars because people were not happy about that. But that's still yet to be determined because we haven't actually. And I think I'm having a tough time remembering this story now because we've actually seen the trains on the track, I believe, at this point, and I can't recall if we've discovered.
Why do you have to go away from the Schwarzkopf design? I mean,
yeah, I mean that's what I think we honestly talked about that when we talked about that on the ride. When we talked about that on the show when it was unveiled, but
I don't remember that. But yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong though.
No, I'm not wrong, but it's okay. I'm definitely not. We did talk about it. Whether or not it's actually happening and coming to fruition
I know we talked
is a
about
different.
It, but, well, did we? Yeah, I don't know.
Did we talk about it even?
Man, but I mean, a comfort collar is definitely better than an OTSR. I mean, comfort collars I don't really think affect the ride much.
No, the comfort collars suck. They don't.
I mean, they're dumb. They should not be on there. They're an
useless.
Abomination. But it's not like
they serve no purpose.
I don't think
they're not comfortable.
I personally don't think you feel them on the ride.
They suck. No, I feel them on the ride. I don't like them.
I don't.
And they suck getting into
Either
the train.
way,
that's part of the ride experience is getting onto the ride, and that is completely and totally affected by.
They're horrible for throughput. That's for certain.
All right. Well, whether or not now, I guarantee someone's gonna be yelling at their laptop like, "No, what are you talking about? They're not getting comfort collars," or "Yeah, they are. What are you talking about? They are getting comfort collars." Whatever it is, I distinctly remember, at the very least, us talking about it. So I don't know if it came to fruition and that's actually what we're seeing with the ride, but that was at least a concern from people. I remember when this started coming out. So we should know more, but we don't. That would suggest that we prepare for the show, and that's something we don't do sometimes. So.
James,
yeah,
you hungry for spaghetti?
I can't lie, I kind of am.
I kind of am too.
Where are we going with this, Bob? So we don't confuse them too much. They're probably thinking we're doing drugs tonight. We've been kind of going off some random weird. We don't know what we're talking about.
There's a new ride coming out called the Pixie Bowl.
There we go. Yeah, we weren't talking nonsense. We weren't going full crazy on you yet. Yeah, there's a
I
new
actually
ride coming out
I
from
legit really
Skyline.
want spaghetti right now. Just if
Yeah.
we're gonna be honest, I really kind of want spaghetti. And actually, I think I probably would prefer a plate of spaghetti over a new Skyline attraction.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they might surprise us. Rumor has it they have some GCI engineers that might have come in and said, "All right, all you idiots, this is how we do things now." Let's hope so because Skyline hasn't really been doing much.
No, I mean their two former rides are both standing but not operating and have been for some time. And this looks to be the same track style. I don't know if it'll be the same like programming and trains. I know the trains was what was rumored to be the issue with the um, Horizon and vertical version of the Skywarp, but I don't know what we're looking at with this. Hopefully this is hopefully
You know
they,
what I
like you
think
said,
the problem
GCI came in
was?
and said, "Hey guys, we're supposed to have operating rides. That's supposed to be in our portfolio." I think.
I'm pretty sure the problem with those two rides was just Skyline.
Really, that is a
I think
great
so.
take. I think you might be right.
So hopefully they surprise us. But like right now in my mind, I'm just thinking if you're combining Skyline and spaghetti, you need to also include chili.
Yeah, yeah,
Not at Kings Island
yeah.
anymore because I figured that out. That's why it wasn't so good anymore because Kings Island somehow even screwed up Skyline chili.
They
Anyway,
they ruined it, Bob. They soiled it.
they did. I don't know how they ruined. How do you ruin a chain? Like, aren't you supposed to like follow their rules?
Yeah, you are. So I don't know.
I don't know. Somehow
Um,
they did. Though.
they
Speaking
ruined
of
they
ruining
ruined
stuff,
Chile. Yeah, and then Disney ruined their pass system. People are not happy with their new annual pass system here. Um, so we talked about Land a couple weeks back with Timmy was on the show. Land changed their pass system, and of course that means that World is going to follow suit. Um, Similar to Land, they have four options. I think Land had four options. I think their Magic Key had four options. And similar to that, we have four options for the new annual pass system at Disney World. The Disney Pixie Dust Pass is for Florida residents only. And keep in mind that the first three passes I'm listing off, I'm just going to say that now, are Florida residents only passes.
well,
Uh,
except for a little asterisk for the third level.
Unless, yeah, the third level, I'll get to that. So Disney Pixie Dust Pass is the residents only pass, $399 plus tax. Or you could do a $19 per month, 12-month, plus a $205 payment, down payment. You can get the Disney Pirate Pass, which is for residents only. Um, it, and all of these have blockout dates. This has a little bit less restrictive blockout dates. $699 plus tax. Again, $45 per month, 12-month pay period, with a $205 down payment. And then the Disney Sorcerer Pass. This is the third tier here. This is where you get to the little asterisk that Bob noted. That is Florida residents only, but Disney Vacation Club members, which in essence means you need to own some sort of timeshare or be involved in their. I think
I don't think you have to own a timeshare. You just have, I don't
participate
know,
in it.
whatever Disney Vacation Club is, you can be in that.
Whatever it
I
is,
don't
we
know.
didn't do our research again, so whatever
It's
that.
Disney. Let the Disney people handle that. We're just like letting you
I'm
know
pretty
that this
sure
is
you
what's
have
going on.
to participate in some sort of timeshare or resort to be a part of this club. I think that's what gains you admission, or whatever you want to call it, gains you entry into this club. That's the Disney Sorcerer Pass. That's $899 or $63 per month for a 12-month period plus a $205 down payment. And then the Incredi Pass. The Disney Incredi Pass is finally where you get to a tier where you do not have to be a Florida resident. You can pay $100,000. Hold up. Stop the show. Stop the show.
You sir, why'd you have to stop?
$100,000. I'm not even gonna. $100,000. I'm not gonna.
You should have just rolled with that and said no. Really, it's just $12.99.
100,000. It feels like $100,000, right? No.
I know. That's why I said you should have just rolled with that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Where do I have to cut?
26 minutes. on the spot. 100,000. Whoo. We're running through this really quickly.
Yeah, we're gonna ruin it now.
What? The
Because
pass
you
holder?
said that.
Oh, yeah. Are you ready?
3,
Pay
2.
$1,399. No, damn it. I'm not reading it right. I was trying to get back to the tab before I... 1,299. All right, you ready? 3, 2...
Hold on. Wait, no, I have to...
You're killing me.
Well, you said it wrong. I have to cut the audio again.
You messed up.
I did not. Your fault. Dummy.
It's always my fault, Bob.
Math's hard, apparently.
Just reading a number is hard. I'm going to say it. 1.3 now. 1.3 thousand.
I'll stop the show. 3, 2.
$1,299. You can only pay the monthly rate if you are a Florida resident. So you can only pay the $99 per month for 12 months. That just sounds crazy for me to say. Plus the $205 down payment if you are a Florida resident. What was that about SeaWorld passes being crazy? I mean, whoo-wee.
I mean, well, I think the thing is, I'm not gonna say this isn't crazy, but it's a more justifiable crazy because of how busy Disney parks are, especially Disney World.
I don't know, man. Justifiable for the Disney nuts, I guess. For the Disney nuts,
and that's exactly it. Like, we talk about how, like, you know, we separate people. Like, that's the thing. Enthusiasts aren't Disney. Like, they don't. That's why you don't hear us talk about Disney much. That's why most coaster sites do not talk about Disney. It's such a different thing. We kind of include Universal. And I guess the Disney guys include Universal just enough to make fun of them for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it makes them feel superior. But, like, this is the reason why we don't.
Yeah.
Like,
but now they're all. But now,
the thing.
after this and after the Disney Genie, they're all turning on him again and saying, "Oh, Universal's so much better, man."
But they do that every time Disney changes something. They're like,
every time
oh
Disney makes
God.
an announcement, it's yeah.
And then, like, a month later, like, "Oh, we love you. This is the greatest thing in the world."
And then they'll go back to, "Oh my God, Disney." They can.
Meanwhile,
can do
Disney's
no
like, "Can we somehow Can we somehow piss enough people off to keep the crowds out of this park?
Yeah,
like,
go to Universal. Yeah, do it. Do it.
Like,
you threatened to do it. Please go.
We're like, man, we just, like, we raised the price by like 500, 600%, and you guys still keep coming. Like, come on, people."
They're gonna start charging in the tens of thousands next. I mean, I don't know. So the blockout dates, I know I did like a full on analysis of the blockout dates for Disneyland. I'm not doing that for the Disney World because
no, the Disney guys can dive into that. We don't really care.
I don't really want to do that. I don't even know if they've actually listed those even. They probably have, but I don't know. I can't confirm right now.
I doubt anybody listening to our podcast is going to buy any of these. So.
Maybe most of the people maybe the people in Florida. I was going to say, people living out of state definitely aren't, unless they're planning on putting life savings on hold for as they buy a Disney pass. So, all right, guys. So
that's another reason why Disney doesn't cross over with other parks, because if you buy stuff at Disney, you can't afford to go to any other parks.
Exactly. That's it. That's where all your funds are going. I do want to say that I think a understandable and practical complaint about this pass is that this doesn't include admission to Disneyland anymore.
Yes.
In previous years, the highest tiers passes have included admission to Disneyland, and I think if you're paying $1.3 thousand for a pass, I would at very least expect admission to Disneyland. I mean,
$1,300.
yeah,
1,300.
1.3 thousand. Uh, but at the very least, I'd be expecting Disneyland admission. So I understand that complaint. I know a lot of people. That's been a common grievance online. So I can accept that. I think as a valid complaint.
So I have another grievance.
Bring forth that grievance, Bob.
Anybody see the letter from the president of ACE?
Good old
Robert
Ulrich or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He wrote this letter that he's not exactly wrong in some points, but he wrote it in a vein that's like really, I don't know. He's basically attacking people on social media for doing the
very thing that.
Well, first of all, he's talking about coaster counts, which like he's kind of saying like
he's kind of dismissing people for counting.
He's kind of dismissing enthusiasts. He calls out some of the enthusiast behavior that really shouldn't be enthusiast behavior, but at the same time, he's kind of explaining half of ACE. Like, I mean, ACE is now enthusiast culture, and ACE is not the same ACE that it used to be, which is disappointing in a sense.
Mm-hmm. But he does. I do want to get to the point. He said I rather infamously don't really count my coasters. Prefer to stay like my focus is always on the attraction I'm getting ready to ride. I can't really comprehend why anyone would value my opinion about a particular ride rather than the experience it for themselves. I think that's. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that. People. I'm not saying that he's doing it particularly here, but I've seen people on social media, and I do want to address this because it's definitely a popular notion I think now that counting credits somehow means that you have a superior like we were talking kind of with the Disney guys with Universal, like you have a superiority complex. You think you're better than people because you count credits, and I don't think that's fair at all. I think there are certain people that are, oh yeah, I've ridden 500 coasters, haha, you haven't. There's definitely those individuals, but the majority of enthusiasts count credits because it's fun and because it allows for interaction with other enthusiasts. What better way to start a conversation off than how many coasters you ridden? Oh, I've ridden 200. Oh, great, I've ridden 300. What's your favorite?
Yeah.
That's no better conversation starter, I don't think.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong about the like when you go to ride an attraction, you should be focused on that attraction.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
He's certainly right about that. But here's the thing. I mean, some people definitely take it like they get snobby about certain rides, and it's like, okay, that's wrong. I get that. But here's another thing. He says, besides the superiority, there are other social media outlets who seem to endlessly scream privilege and look at me and what I got to do, while not outright saying, and you are just a poor unfortunate soul who needs to envy me and all my awesomeness. Well, wait. A lot of times, people that get to do these experiences, that they do that exact thing, are because they went to an ACE event.
Yeah.
Like, look, I got to stand in the infield of I-305 and take all these cool pictures. Look at me. Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm not... I mean, certainly I don't like the snobby superiority type of that, but hey, this is something I got to experience. Like, isn't this life now?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I want to share moments with people. Look, I got some cool pictures. So I shouldn't share those pictures because not everybody got to experience them. Mm-hmm. Maybe some people want to see those pictures. Maybe they're like, I just don't like.
I just want to merely and simply say, with the coaster count argument, I'm not necessarily saying in this article he necessarily. I mean, he kind of includes counting credits, and then he starts getting onto the, the superiority complexes that some enthusiasts have, and the fact that people should envy. So I think it's kind of hinting at it, but he doesn't outright say it. But I have seen people on the internet actually straight up say counting credits means that you think you're better than other people and that you do that solely so you can brag, and I don't think that's fair. So that's all I wanted to say to that.
No, yeah,
And
that's definitely not fair.
and I don't like the notion that I don't have time to do it. Like I don't have the time to do it, because it takes 5 seconds to count credits. Whether or not you want to do it is that's totally up to you. But it's not a burden to count credits or anything. Like I don't go home and spend hours tallying up the rides I've written. Like so that's fine if you don't want to do it, but you make it seem like we're somehow like spending like we're consumed by our credits. Oh, well, I gotta make sure I have all my credits down before I can do I can live my life and would you go to work and go to school and it's not that it's not like that.
Here's the best. Like, I love this ending line. Don't envy others for their luck. Instead, celebrate yourself for taking advantage of the opportunities being an acer provides you. Wait, wait,
That's
hold up.
hold the phone there, Rob.
Don't. So wait, I can't get lucky and just randomly say, like, have some supervisor come and say, "Hey, do you want to go and look at I-305
Yeah.
from the infield?"
Yeah.
Don't envy those people. But if they went there as an ACE member during an ACE event,
Then you can
that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
I just I don't. I think the
flip-flop.
problem with it, and I say, so far I'm still an ACE member. The problem with ACE is I think they so desperately don't want to change with the times, and it's not. I don't know.
It's not feasible.
It's like the old guys club anymore. I mean, like it's just like the people that are running it are just people that are like, they're just so stuck in their ways, and like they just like everything that changes. Like people, there are definitely younger ACE members that get involved and they work on changing stuff, and they do really good jobs at it.
Might
But
not
I
be
feel
enough,
like
though.
the central ACE just doesn't let them thrive, and I'm worried about that. I just they're and here's the other thing. What do they do for the coaster community? I mean, and I don't want to say this as, oh, they don't do anything at all for preservation. They don't. Yeah, I don't want to
And
say
they
that.
provide a great
They
experience
yeah,
too in the club. So
they do, but there's different aspects of it that are getting frustrating. The last major save that Ace was involved in, I think, was probably Leap the Dips. I can't think. I might be missing something. So if you're yelling, just email me. Let me know. I'll correct it on next week's show. If there was a major project that happened since Leap the Dips, please let me know. I know that they donate money to parks that need it. I get that. But there's also a ton of money that keeps going to this roller coaster museum. And I love that museum's there, and they're actually preserving the history, that these relics are actually being preserved there. I'm glad it's there.
yeah,
I want it to be there, and I want it to continue to be there. But I want people to be able to go and enjoy that. And it's been years. I think it's been over a decade now that it's not open to the public. The only way you can get to go see that is to happen to be part of an ACE event, which I guess you might luck into, right? I don't know. Is it luck if you happen to be in Texas on an ACE event? Because I can't. Going to Texas is
and Bob, don't
tough
you envy
enough,
those people that are
but-
getting to go to the museum? Don't do it.
But
You
if they're
entitled.
going there as an ACE event, they're allowed. It's okay. I can envy those people.
True.
Just not the ones that got lucky.
Yeah, the ones that just happen to go in.
I mean, I should be able to just like, hey, I happen to be in Texas this week. I'd love to stop by and see the museum. Why? I mean, let's work towards that. Like, if you're like, that would be a worthwhile cause. And I think there's something else that we'll talk about in the second half of the show.
Maybe there might be something we're talking about in the second half of the show.
Yeah, let's save that. Let's come back.
We'll
Stay
circle
tuned.
back.
We'll circle back to that for the second half of the show. Stay tuned because uh
It's a coming.
yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. All right, guys. We'll see you right after this break. Whew. You're killing me.
Me? What?
I didn't get nothing.
All right. Oh. All right. Should we go right into it?
Sure. Let's not do this thing where we take a 2-hour break.
Yeah. All right.
Hold up. I'm just kidding. I was telling you to hold up because I knew you were going to say 3. And I was like, no. I'm going to be proactive from now on. And I'm going to post the weekly poll.
You're not.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for your confidence in me. Really means a lot. I actually am. So suck my balls. I just updated the weekly poll. That way I don't have to do it later in the week and I'm not like, oh crap, by the way, I didn't ever post the weekly poll from last week. Sometimes that happens. Pam's the only one still awake, it seems.
Oh my God.
It's kind of nuts. Oh, it's Cam and Pam.
Cam and Pam.
Cam and Pam. Cam and
What, nobody stuck around for my blue streak rant?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Sucks to suck.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2.
And we're back. And of course, we hinted at an upcoming rant, and Bob, it's time. It's time for part 2 of the Blue Streak rant. I'm calling this one the final countdown.
September 2nd, 2020. Wait, why is that dated September 2nd? And it was only posted today.
Oh, they cheated. They cheated.
Oh my God. All right. September 2nd or 3rd, depending on whose reality you want to believe.
Yeah.
Imminent destruction of Conneaut Lake's.
You're gonna next thing you know, you're gonna call them out, and they're gonna be like, "Wait, we posted that on August 15th."
They posted it on MySpace. On September 2nd, they posted it on Is MySpace even still around? Like, can you actually go to? I don't even know. It probably is. Oh, I think last time I did check, you go to MySpace and you log in with your Facebook account. I actually think that's a thing. I really do think that's a thing. Yeah. So anyway, guys, it's serious now. Ace is they told us, man. Blue streak might actually go away.
And Conneaut's being mistreated.
About this. Like, we were talking about this before Hollywood Nights.
It's been months. Yeah. I mean, months.
It's like been this whole summer.
It pretty much started. When did Conneaut get bought? Because that's when we started talking about it. Not necessarily as something that was a major concern, but that's when we started talking about the possibility.
I think it was the end of last year.
And then we started talking about now Todd Joseph's
I was
doing
actually
this.
I think most people were actually positive about the purchase at first.
Incorrect. That's not what happened. It was the other way around. You were kind of actually being optimistic about this purchase.
No, I think a few people were optimistic. I think it was split.
I remember Andrew Hyde was the first one. He told us about it.
Yeah.
He sent us and he was like, I don't know how to feel about this. And you're like, well, I think this could be good. And then and then.
It wasn't long though. It wasn't long until I started. Well, yeah, I mean, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't take long before it was like, oh wait, now I'm not
Shit
really
hit the
sure.
fan. Yeah.
Um, really though, it didn't. It wasn't until the tumblebug. The tumblebug is that's what did it. I think that's when things were like, boom. What?
Yeah.
Tearing down the buildings was. I don't know. I don't know. I get the point. It's some history, but maybe I can tolerate
Yeah.
that. Maybe it's for a good cause.
It
Okay.
was it was a bit alarming, but it wasn't enough to really
Yeah.
call for major concern yet.
Right. I could see where that would still like play into still having the history but making it better. When the tumblebug went away, and I heard the reports of all the people that had put time into the tumblebug and said that the tumblebug was working perfectly fine, and it 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 certainly gave rides closing in 2019.
Hmm.
Like how is it damaged beyond repair in 2020
Yeah.
if it was running fine at the end of 2019?
Yeah.
Um, that's when things were like, guys, we got a problem. There's a big problem here. And it didn't take long until a lot of other people were saying, yeah, God, there's a problem,
So
guys.
so yeah.
The local community, I think, started, maybe a month or two ago? They've started getting vocal. Like, hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
And like about a month, maybe 2 months ago, I think a month ago. No, I guess it was maybe two. I don't know. Either way, the Pennsylvania Historical Museum
Commission.
is it commission? Okay,
Yeah.
they're involved. Guess who we haven't heard from? Ace. They're nowhere. They haven't said anything. Nothing.
Ace who? So
Uh,
I looked in the archives, and the major rant that we had was May 31st. So that's when you went off completely, and that's when they weren't opening for Memorial Day. Tumblebug came, its life came to an end, and the park, the volleyball tournament was canceled. That had been a 13-year
yeah.
annual tradition. That's when we started getting concerned. That's when we started getting vocal about this park possibly, well, not even possibly being mistreated. We're like, hold up, and that was what, May. So it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ace is stepping in and oh, this is the thing. They're not even really stepping in, are they?
I mean, they are, but they're being very careful about it. It's like we're not gonna.
They posted a letter.
Yeah, they posted a public statement about the fact that they've done all this work on the ride, blah blah blah. Talking about the $50,000 grant they got from Pepsi Cola, and then they talked about just how much the park means to them because it's an ACE landmark, and it's one of the last remaining rides by the designer Edward Vettel, and talking about which is all true, right? It's all true and great and fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not like they're lying or anything.
Yeah,
It's just they're really, really freaking late to the party.
yeah. And it's like what they're doing is, hey, oh crap, Blue Streak's gonna go under here soon, and so is Conneaut. Maybe we should not pretend, but maybe we should step in at the last minute here so we don't look like complete asses when the ride goes under and the park goes under and we've done nothing. So hey, last second, we helped, we stepped in, we did our duty,
Don't
right?
forget.
Don't get mad at us, guys. Don't get
Actually,
mad at us on Facebook.
they actually did. Ace alone has donated over $30,000 to the restoration of Blue Streak and was
Yeah.
instrumental in obtaining a $50,000 grant from Pepsi.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that was a long time ago.
It was like 15, 20 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I don't know. I just
they're
wish
late
they
to the
would've
game,
been.
and I honestly think it's trying to. I hope that
Here's the problem.
hopefully no one from Ace is listening to this, but I really think they're trying to cover their own asses here. I really do. I think they're trying to have the appearance of them trying to step in, and they might have good intentions now, but it's late. It's too late to really do anything about
Oh,
this. I
I
feel.
will say this. I have to say this. Bill Linkheimer of Ace Western PA has posted a few things about this. Uh, so there's like I
It's
think that I think that the region was concerned. I think there's definitely evidence that the region was concerned. I don't think National cared.
but
I don't
National's
think
the only
that
buddy that can really do anything. So
right. I
yeah.
mean, like if you really want to get motivation,
Like what
and
is
here's the other
Western
thing,
PA
like
probably has what 100, 200 members. I mean, that's not enough. You got to have the whole group
yeah, I
support
don't know
an
what the
action
count
like
is,
this.
but
So it's not enough.
I mean, I like Western PA region. The Western PA region is actually like I kind of wish they were their own club. They're really good. Mid Atlantic's actually really good
I
as
like it.
well.
Yeah, I like
But
Mid Atlantic.
I think really when you get outside of those, Eastern PA, I don't really know a lot about. They seem to have good relationships with their parks, which is good. But then like getting outside of that, I don't like you don't hear a lot of good things. I've heard New England's not good at all.
I've heard New Jersey's okay.
Yeah, I don't know much about them.
I don't
But
think New
like
England does anything.
I think I mean some of it's participation too. But see, that's the other thing that like it seems to me that Ace is more they don't want to offend the parks. They're more worried about offending a park than they are actually stepping in and saying, "Look, what can we do to help save this coaster?"
Yeah,
You know
they're
what?
taking this kind of diplomatic approach, which isn't bad, but you gotta drop that uh, approach and try. If it's not working, you got to be a little bit more aggressive in your approach. And hey, this is a ride that matters, and we can't tolerate this change, or not even this change, this removal of this ride possibly. Um, it's just gonna have to happen. You can't always be in goody two shoes and goody
Yeah, I
with
mean,
the parks.
and I mean, I understand that there's like, certainly like I would have loved if Ace could have stepped in and saved Volcano. That wasn't going to happen. I understand that like
There's a
Cedar
time and
Fair is
place.
just like
Yeah.
nope, done. But I just feel like they could have done more with Big Dipper at Geauga Lake. I feel like they probably could have put more effort into, hey, you want to raise money? What if you find a park that wants a wooden coaster and you actually find people, you raise the money to actually move it?
Hmm.
Because I mean, I think it was down to the point where Cedar Fair would have said, go for it, take it. Like, just do it. Because
Hmm.
they were just going to tear it down anyway. Like, but there was, it just didn't seem like they were really involved in it at all. I mean, some people bought it at auction and that fell through. Like, I don't understand. Certainly, I think there would have been parks that would have taken it, especially if it was funded.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I think this is just more of the same. And you might be right. This might be them just saying, "Oh crap." Like we really and that's the thing. Were they just sitting back and going, "Yeah, people were overreacting." Was this a reaction to social media? Was this what Robert was saying? Like, "Oh, people were just going crazy about something. Like they don't really know. They just they have the chutzpah to actually think that they know more than everybody else. That Blue Streak's going to disappear." And then like all of Ace just kind of took that approach that like, no, there's no way they're going to tear down this coaster. It's like the main part of the park. And meanwhile, you know, all of us
Entitled.
coaster counters
Yeah, and entitled.
are going, oh, it's this is bad. It's gonna go away. And like at the last minute, Ace is like, oh crap.
We're about
They,
preservation,
they,
right?
they were right.
Yeah.
Like these people might have actually been right that Blue Streak's gonna disappear. Like I don't know.
So
It's frustrating because that's the thing is this has kind of been a frustration of mine. that Ace hasn't said anything before. They haven't stepped up and actually done anything about this. You've heard nothing from them. This whole summer, I mean, you've listened to the show, you've heard me rant, but in the back of my mind, the entire time, I'm thinking, where is Ace?
Yeah. Yep.
Where have they
Nowhere to
been?
be seen. Not. I mean, not in the slightest. Nothing. Not one post about it. Not one. I mean, nothing. Not even any. Not even. Yeah. It's been.
There's a rally happening that had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Like people are forming their own rally. People are Ace hasn't been involved in any of this. It's been a movement of people outside of Ace.
Mm-hmm. I do want to bring to light a piece of information that seems to dismiss the sentiment that Todd Joseph could be held legally responsible for the actions he's taken. So Andrew Hyde actually brought this to my attention. Apparently, the bankruptcy code that they filed when filing for bankruptcy, that when the trustees filed for bankruptcy with Cognac Lake, that actually dissolved any sort of passing down of the commission's covenant to the now owner, Todd Joseph. So it seems that he might not be able to actually be held legally responsible for this.
I don't know. That's possible. I'm still not sold on it. I don't really know. And I think the problem is we haven't really known. Because I know that there was specific wording. I mean, Todd Joseph was noted as saying to himself he doesn't object to the public use exemption.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that was a big reason why people supported him buying the park. So even if it's in the code, that doesn't necessarily mean that there wasn't specific things that happened in this bankruptcy. And that, like, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. That's possible. I mean, that's certainly interesting. And that could be true. But I don't think anything's really changed. I don't think anybody has really been sure about this anyway.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows for sure.
But I honestly think that might be why we haven't seen the commission actually take action yet legally, because they might actually not have the power like we thought they. I still think they have say, but I don't know if they don't have direct power to actually.
Or they just don't want to spend the money unless they know they have to. I mean, they're a nonprofit. It's not like you just necessarily have money to burn on a lawsuit because it's not cheap. I really don't know. Certainly, though, I think this is something that, like, well, let's say this: if there's public use exemptions on this property, then I would think the local government has at least some say.
Yeah, but I don't know about the actions taken to certain rides would be part of that say. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Neither of us are legal experts, but that's just what I interpreted from it. I think that is possibly the case. So
it could be. It could be.
Yeah. I do want to say, along with this letter that they released, Ace also released, I believe, or not released, but put together a a change.org petition to sign and help save the park.
Good.
So there's that. And then also...
Well, consider it saved.
They were... That's all you had to do, Bob. We should have done that a while ago. If we knew that was all. I can't think of what else. They listed a bunch of other things on their post about what they were doing to help the park. Oh, here it is, I think. Yes. So there's a petition. They want you to email the park directly or contact them on Instagram. That's what they've. And bringing that up. That's why I wanted to bring that up. The social media piece is that most of the Conneaut Lake posts that I've seen, at least on Facebook, have disallowed comments of any type. So they've completely denied the availability for you to comment on their posts.
Yeah. You mean they kind of did what Cedar Point does when Top Thrill Dragster has an accident,
yeah,
or they do something, where they like completely destroy their opening day. You know, when things go really bad, Cedar Point disables comments, like that type of disable comments.
Yep, and it's been on the past, I believe, up to 10 posts that I was scrolling through that were not allowed to comment. There was one out of the 10, I think, that allowed comments, and the comments on there were talking about them destroying the park. So I think they were like, "Yep, let's just go back to
the ones they haven't got to moderate yet."
I think what happened, they were like, "Oh, maybe it's been enough time. Let's just allow the comments again." And then they comment, and they're like, "All right, the next posts are no comments again."
People still hate it.
Yeah. So they're censoring people's thoughts on the park. I mean, and they're posting very infrequently, and it's aren't. And I don't know. It just seems their social media preferences changed. Remember when they first were first obtained by Todd Joseph? It was like they were posting all these updates, and here we go, we're doing this, and we're doing that, and now all of a sudden it's very quiet, and it's very.
And what changed?
I don't know.
Like, was this the plan from the start to like give people a false sense of security?
Yeah,
or
think so.
Did he just like? I don't know. Did at some point he have good intentions that all of a sudden turned into stacks of money?
And all of a sudden he's like, wait a second, this is really great land to develop.
Right. That's what, because I mean, like if you look up history, like he's done similar things with historic buildings and stuff where he's seen money and kind of ignored stuff.
He sees that cash.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. This is kind of bizarre. But the more I start thinking about this, is I think this was likely a scam from the start, and he is just really good at it. He was really good at pulling the wool over everybody's eyes. Do you know what else is interesting is we haven't heard from the trustees much.
Yeah, I haven't.
Because initially they were like, look, we need to give this guy a chance. We have to give this guy a chance. And then all of a sudden, like, we haven't heard from them.
And also, quick point, Andrew Hyde also, so the bankruptcy code kind of bailout possibly for Todd Joseph, I think is probably true, but one of his takes, and not just his take, but I've seen other people say it, is that there's no evidence of malicious intent yet, or like, there's no evidence that this ride's in jeopardy. And again, I'm not just calling out Andrew Hyde, but he was the one that I specifically remember. There is no evidence destruction is imminent, is his exact wording. I want to quote him exactly on it. There's just so he's not like, well, that's not what I said. I don't think that's true at all. And I not only have we seen, I think, what was it the other day, or the other week, we saw they were around Blue Streak. What was it? What were they exactly doing? They were removing tracks from the train, from the railroad.
Yeah, so the railroad, they were removing the track.
Yeah,
and it was in a position where it was like this is probably because they need to get equipment through there to demolish. But along with the same report was they had Todd Joseph had already contacted two different people about estimates about demolition.
Yes, so there's that, and there's also sometimes actions speak louder than words, and the inaction of Todd Joseph in this particular case speaks volume to what his intent is. If you have the ACE now, if you have the Historical Commission, if you have enthusiasts on Facebook bombarding you with how dare you do this, how dare you get rid of Blue Streak, stop, save Blue Streak, they're having a rally for crying out loud, and you aren't responding?
Yeah.
What is the guy? Of course,
And
it's a
like
primitive. It's a
that's the
primitive
thing.
response to go. Hold up, you're telling me I'm doing something I'm not doing. Hey guys, I'm not doing this. I'm keeping Blue Streak. What are you talking
Well,
about?
and,
That's
and there's history of that. Every time that something happened before, they actually did post something. They're like, "Oh no, don't worry. This is what's going on."
yeah,
And now all
exactly.
of a sudden they're not.
Now all of a sudden they have
Um,
said nothing. That is most definitely, uh, without a doubt, evidence. I think destruction is imminent because they would. Why wouldn't you not say, guys, that's not what we're planning on doing. Chill out. We got this under control. We got Blue Streak. It's good. We're all good. We're that
right.
if you want
And
to have a good relationship
especially
with the public, that's exactly what you would do, and that's not what they're doing. So
especially the last few interviews with Todd Joseph, as time went on, he got less and less optimistic about it. Like he was like, "Well, it's going to cost a lot of money and,
hmm
like he went from oh, this is an important part of this park
and
to
and
it's
even
really
saying,
expensive."
hey, 2020, we'll get it back up, or yeah,
Yeah.
2022, excuse me, we'll get it back up, and now it's just like, well, yeah,
Yeah, it's really it's going to be really expensive to restore.
yeah,
Which that's another thing that like I'm still kind of confused about. Like the whole ride didn't need restored. I mean, trains. I mean, I'm not saying there wasn't work that needed to be done, but I think the problem is, and I think what this boils down to is he thought that he could buy a park and make it pretty and still keep the historic. Like, and I don't mean like not like make it so it didn't look run down. But I mean, like he had this like image that he could make this historic park look, and it just wasn't going to be possible.
hmm
I it's just like, I think that he looked at Conneaut Lake as just blight. I think that's all he saw, and he thought, well, if I buy this, I
I
can
can
make it
transform it into
not
this
look like
pristine
blight. Like,
property.
yeah, and that's not what people want. People want the historic value of it, which isn't always
That's what
pristine.
the park is. I don't think not every amusement park's about the brand new attractions and what can we add to make this park better. Sometimes it's let's look at the history of the park, and that's actually more valuable than anything you can add. So yeah,
Right. I mean, and I'll be honest with you, like I love the look of a
a
I don't know
classic.
how to word it. I don't yeah, like I love Mystic Timbers as a ride, and I think it's a beautiful ride to look at, but it's not nearly as beautiful as the old wooden coasters, I think. There's just something about them that just looks so different and so much I don't know, there's a
hmm
different feel to it
There's
and
a
I love those
characteristic about
films.
them that is definitely different.
Right. You look at
But
Jackrabbit, like if
yeah,
Jackrabbit and Thunderbolt looked like Mystic Timbers, like that would not be Kennywood. I don't care if the rides were the same, it just wouldn't feel like Kennywood.
sure. There's definitely a distinction between the modern wooden coaster and the classic wooden coaster. Yeah. Um.
And I and that's the thing, as I think Todd Joseph
mhm.
somehow in his mind thought, oh well, we can make this look like Mystic Timbers, but no, you can't. It's not supposed to look that way.
Yeah. So that boils down to it. We've definitely covered that story from Ace
Eh,
to just
I'm
the
sure there's
Conneaut
going to be more to come.
situation. Exactly. This is not the end. I fear we're heading towards the final countdown, as I put on the rundown. That's actually I think I said that the name of this rant. I called it the final countdown. I think we're coming to a close here on this chapter of the park, but I don't think we're quite through yet. We'll have some more news, I'm sure, before we've
Yep.
finally gotten
I
to the
also have
coffin.
a feeling I have a feeling it's going to happen more rapidly right now.
Yeah, and I think Ace is almost sensing that. They're like, "Oh
Yeah.
crap, uh, we can feel something's about to happen. Let's get on that."
If you haven't done so already, um, I posted a link on my Twitter last week. There is a link that you can actually send. You can go and fill out your comments to send directly to the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission or what PHMC or
Yeah.
PMHC or whatever it is. You can actually send your comments directly to them. It's really easy to do. Um, I'll actually maybe retweet that again,
Yeah.
so you don't have to scroll back quite as far.
Just let them know that there's people
But
out here.
yeah, I highly recommend if you haven't already, please go do that. It's important to let them know that this is important. This is important to people that not even like people that aren't even local. It's important to people around this nation.
Yep. There are no boundaries for this. It doesn't stop at the Pennsylvania border. Yeah. All right. So that is about it for the bulk of our show. We have one last thing to talk about, and that's Bob's favorite part of the show, the weekly poll. As you know, Bob is an avid supporter of us doing this weekly. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I just keep thinking of questions. We're running out.
No,
man.
Bob, it's your favorite. It's your favorite part. Top the Dragster. We asked the question. Really, the burning question everybody's asking now is what is Top the Dragster's fate? We phrased it more straightforwardly. Is it done for? Is it under? Is it going under? Is this the last we'll see of Top the Dragster? Is it ran its last ride? And 56 people, or 86% of the vote, said no. Top the Dragster will continue to operate. 9 people said yes. And we did get a few actual write-ins, so let's read those. The first one said, Raptor decapitated someone and is still operational. I see no reason why this won't as well. That was Airtime Mike who said that. So that's definitely not a bad take. I don't know. I think as we've definitely highlighted before, Intamin and Cedar Fair's relationship seems to be dwindling. So I feel like it might be a little bit different situation than with Raptor, but I think that's fair. I think that's a fair.
I think basically Top Thrill Dragster has fallen into the volcano category. It fits age, manufacturer, sporadic issues.
I just don't know if it's reached that point quite yet. I don't know if it's. I think when they're ready for it to happen, they'll totally use this as a reason behind it. But I don't know if it's gotten to that point yet.
These are all things that we would have said about Volcano. Like,
I mean, Volcano never even had this incident. Volcano didn't even have anything this severe.
Oh, so. No, you're right. But, well, and which in a sense makes it lean more towards, makes it worse for Top Throw Dragster.
Maybe, yeah. You could
definitely
take it from
I think the way you have to look at this is this accident didn't change anything. I think the fate of Top Throw Dragster has already been hanging in the balance. And I think the problem is I think Cedar Point has been worried about blowback if they got rid of the ride. And
I think this is just another point, another little mark they're going to add next to the ride. Hey, it's done this, it's done that, it's hurt somebody there, it's had this issue. Now, when we're ready to present the ride's failures to the public and say this is why we're removing it, this will be just another one of those details that they include. But I don't know if it's necessarily time yet for them to. I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't know. Somebody said nothing is holy. So there you go. That they will most likely make significant changes to the trains and queue, but it will not be removed. I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna see that. Think about the costs behind that.
No, I don't think they'll change the trains.
Trains, I don't see the queue really changing either.
I think they'll build a divider.
Maybe. Or maybe they build some sort of shelter, but I don't see the queue drastically changing other than that.
No, I think it's going to be the same queue. I just think there's going to be some kind of protection measure.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be a shelter or a barrier or something.
All right. I don't know if I agree with this take, but here it is. It still has tons of fans. That's true, for sure. And if it goes, King Nakal will be close behind.
No.
Yeah, I don't agree with that really. But interesting take. No,
I don't
Bob.
think.
Bob gives you a solid no. You're wrong.
Well,
He
Six
knows.
Flags
He
is
knows, guys. I'm just telling you.
Six Flags is just. I mean, they're going to do their own thing. If
Yeah, there's
anything, they
totally
might
separate
just
entity.
kind of longer just to spite Cedar Fair.
Hmm.
I mean, I could like that. Then they could say like, "Oh, look, we're the only one." Right
Well,
now they
yeah.
have like, well, yeah, you could go ride the better version, but well, what if you get rid of the better version?
You still
I
got
mean,
Accelerator, which is a better version, but it's across the country.
but
Um,
it's not as fast either.
no, but it has a faster acceleration technically. But yeah,
Well, so does Stormrunner,
yeah, I guess.
but
I
it's
don't ever
not. It's
consider
that.
Stormrunner in the same ballpark, even though it technically is kind of.
I mean, it definitely is. The
I don't know.
difference is
That is a
uphill
ride.
drivers.
Totally off topic here. Totally need to rewrite that ride because I did not like Stormrunner that much. I thought it was fun, but it was nothing
Oh my
incredible.
god, I love Stormrunner.
Yeah, I got to get on
A
that.
lot of
I got
people
one
like
ride on it, and I
Stormrunner.
didn't really find it to be that great. But that was in 2017, so it's way overdue that I get back on that.
Now
But
get ready.
speaking of accelerator, somebody said, I mean, accelerator's cable literally exploded, injuring a rider, and that's still there.
Yeah, and again, I don't think the accident changes anything.
Hmm.
I think what's going to happen with Top Thrill Dragster, the fate was already decided.
It's been written in
It's already
stone.
been going at that. Yeah, I think I don't think they look at this as like, oh, we just had an accident. We should really take this into consideration of whether we should get rid of the ride. If anything, this is just giving them an excuse to do what they were already going to do.
I agree with that, but I just don't know if it's time yet. That's like I pretty much everything you're saying
Right.
is
And yeah, I don't know either. I have
but
no
they've definitely
idea.
prearranged, I think, this ride's fate. I agree with that, and then the action they'll take with this ride. I don't think this necessarily is like, oh my gosh, we gotta reconsider our whole stance on this ride. Like, no. Um, so somebody said it's a huge investment that goes down the drain if it's done for. So no.
I mean, they got like 20 years out of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good lifespan for
I
a
mean,
ride.
that's not like
We're not.
heck. I think Kinzel was stated as making the comment that he regretted buying the thing.
Yeah.
He thought it was way too far ahead of its time. Here we're 20 years later, and Intamin apparently thinks the same thing because they don't make them anymore.
All right, this is an interesting take. As much as it probably should be, so it should be done. It's way too popular.
I mean, had
Go
the
back
whole
to
volcano
yeah.
thing not happened, I would have completely been with them. But
I was about to say we're
no,
going right back to the
like
volcano argument again, guys, because that's exactly what we said back then.
yeah, exactly. I mean, nobody thought volcano was going to go away. Like it was King's. It wasn't just the most popular. It was King's Dominion. Volcano was King's Dominion. You couldn't separate the two. How
Mhm.
could you ever get rid of that ride? Oh, they did.
No longer there.
And I mean, there's a reason why they posted it on a Friday night in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Someone said this has happened many times before, and it was never announced to be closed for good then.
What?
I guess they're saying there's been incidents with this ride before.
I mean, not the same though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sprayed metal.
To say this has happened before definitely insinuates that this exact incident has occurred, I guess. But I guess the phrasing was a little off there. But yeah, this has happened before, and it was
Well,
clearly never
here's
announced to be closed for good.
here's something
They
that
did say, I think, wasn't it in the some sort of press release? I don't know if it was from the park or, but somebody said that this actual incident had occurred before, but just not with people on the ride.
no, there was a
A guest, possibly. Was it a guest or was it an
no,
employee?
no, it was somebody that was involved with amusement park safety.
Okay.
That he was quoted in an interview as saying, "This exact incident has probably happened numerous times
Yeah,
on
that's what it
multiple
was.
coasters." The difference is those never hit anybody. But that wasn't limited to Top Thrill Dragster. That wasn't saying this is what happened on Top Thrill Dragster. That was just a general.
That was just
I
a
guarantee
yeah.
you, pieces of metal have flown off of a coaster train. They just haven't hit somebody. And I mean, I can absolutely believe that as well.
Yeah, that was just a distant recollection I had. I didn't know if that was 100% what was said, but I thought maybe they were hinting at that, but yeah.
Maybe that is what they were talking about. I mean, it's possible.
Hmm. I don't know. Uh, Somebody said popular ride with historical significance, and it's not the first time it's had issues. It's not done for.
Okay, but what historical significance?
I guess they're talking about the fact that it was the fastest and tallest coaster when it opened.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's
I mean,
pretty significant.
I guess.
Yeah, it broke some pretty big barriers for sure. Um, I don't know.
I think Accelerator is more historic than Top Thrill Dragster is, though.
I don't agree with that, but
I mean, that was the technology. That was
yeah, but Up the Dragster was the first to really utilize the technology and and then some. Like it broke some really superior, like some very difficult
well,
bounds.
it broke records. I mean,
It did something many probably didn't think possible or really feasible at the time. So I don't know. I don't know, but then people always say that, but then I'm like, well, what about Superman Krypton opened like 7 years before it? So did it really? I mean, it was already the tallest and fast. I mean, it. I don't know. That's a whole other.
don't get me started on that tallest
It's
thing.
a whole other rabbit trail to get down. Yeah, I've had that argument before, not just with you, but with other people. But it did things that I think people weren't ready for, and I definitely think it's significant. I don't know if historical is the right word. It has significance in the industry, but
Yeah, it
it's not
definitely
really
has.
historical yet. I don't know if it's barely
I
20
don't
years
think
old.
it's
I mean,
historical. Yeah.
I don't know if we've gotten to historical yet.
I mean, I wouldn't have even called Volcano historical.
Yeah,
It had potential to be, but
it didn't reach that
much as
point yet
yeah,
in time. Yeah.
yeah.
The buzz around it will fade away as people focus on other things. It's still the most well-known ride there.
Is it though?
I think it is.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's still Vengeance.
No, I think it in the enthusiast community, still vengeance. In the day to
I
day,
don't know.
it
I don't
100% is,
know.
Bob. I mean, I
You think
agree with
so?
that. Yes, I mean I have friends who come up to me at school, and they're like, "Where's that tallest big red roller coaster?" I'm like, "That's Cedar Point." Like, "Oh, Cedar, what's it called? Top Hill. Have you ridden that one?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've ridden that one." I mean, I've had that's actually an interaction that's occurred multiple times. Um, so I would agree with that. I actually do agree with that stance that it is definitely the most recognizable ride there, at least in the eyes of the general public, if we're gonna call them that. The day to day average, your average theme park goer that hears about it from
Well,
some
but
enthusiast maybe walking around.
again,
Oh, Top the Dragster, yeah.
that may be. I'm not gonna argue with that. Like I can't. I don't have anything that prove my my point.
Steel
Like,
Vengeance.
um,
The only people that I
but
know about that I've heard know about Steel Vengeance is like other ride operators at other parks. They hear about it because it's within the company. But other than that, I never hear like regular day to day tenants of the parks be like, "Hey, Steel Vengeance." Like I've never just nah.
I
But
do
I've heard the
think
Top
that
Thrill Dragster.
Volcano is exactly like that, though. I know some people want to argue with me just because they're younger and they don't like like Volcano was a big deal. It was a really big deal.
Sure, but to, I feel like Top Thrill Dragster might be another caliber of that. Like it, sure, Volcano was a big deal, but Top Thrill
No,
Dragster I feel
people
like is
knew
known
Volcano.
possibly internationally. Like that's
It
how.
I think Volcano was maybe not internationally, but it was definitely nationally. Like, and it wasn't everybody, but there were definitely people that knew about the roller coaster that shot you out of a volcano.
Sure.
That was like that was a known thing, and people definitely went to King's Dominion just for that.
Sure, I don't disagree with anything of that, but I think Top Jackson might be just like a step up. So maybe if that impacts the
Slightly. I don't
decision
think
at
it's a
all,
huge step. I mean,
I don't
it's
know.
also a bigger park. I think if
Exactly,
you look at
I
the
think
larger
100%
park,
think that has to do with it. Cedar Point is already a recognizable name. I mean, people know that name. They don't know the coasters there, but they know Cedar Point. Um, and then you add that factor that it's the
and
tallest,
nobody knew
fastest.
King's Dominion, but they knew that there was a roller coaster that shot.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, think about it. On all of the old Travel Channel stuff, like all that, like that's what they talked about. They talked about Volcano. Volcano was a big deal. Like they talked about them on all of those shows.
Hmm.
That was like a huge deal. So it had that exposure, which it definitely was. Top Thrill Dragster might be slightly more, but that's not to discount how big of a known thing Volcano was.
Sure,
And
sure.
that
Yeah.
goes back into my theory that like you can't say this about Top Thrill Dragster without taking Volcano into account. I mean, the fact that they were able to get rid of Volcano means that
Well, I think because of that slight edge we're giving Top Thrill Jackster, it might differentiate the two just enough. I think it might. So, but that's to be seen. Totally could be a volcano incident once again, where we all sat here thinking, "Oh, no way they get rid of it," and then bam. I mean, what is it? 56 people say no way. All 56 could be completely wrong. I'm sure that's probably the same numbers we would have gotten for volcano. So, um,
just let me point out that I'm doing everybody a favor because if I was sitting here saying that Top Thrill Dragster is definitely staying, it would be gone next year.
if you didn't know, whatever Bob says turns out to be wrong, and whenever Bob goes to a park, the park gets packed. So just know that Bob's presence is
Let's
just
do
whatever you're expecting to happen. It's 180 is going to happen. It's going to occur.
That's
So
exactly what
yeah,
happens.
exactly. Um, yep. So that's it for the poll this week. That was our last response. Next week's, we did Wicked Twister, we did Top of the Dragster, and we're gonna continue along with the trend. Bob said we're gonna make it a trilogy, make it like a trifecta here. We're gonna 1, 2, and 3. Now we're doing Is Blue Streak Done For? So that's a part of our little mini series here of Is It Done For weekly polls. That'll cap this off, and unless next week we have to make it a quad because some other rides
Somebody else makes a dumb
yeah,
decision.
exactly. But as of right now, we plan on making this only a trilogy, and we got the 3 weekly polls here. Is Blue Streak done for again? Do you think the ride's gone? This is totally talking about, and most definitely talking about removal too, not refurbishment, because it's possible that it gets refurbished. I don't think it's likely, but that could be the step as well. Done for in this case means like, is it removed entirely? If you think there's still a shot of it being salvaged in any shape or form, that will be a no. You don't think it's being removed. So, yeah, that's our question for next week. I already got it up. I know that might impress some of you. I know sometimes I'm last minute with the weekly polls, and I post them like the day or two before, but I already have this one up on the site, so I can confidently say, go to coastertalkpodcast.com/poll and answer that question because it'll be there for you. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can follow us at Coaster Talk Pod. We'll also post the poll there if you don't really want to go to the site. If you want to answer it via Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, you can go there. But we also have other industry analysis. We'll post news stories that we see throughout the week there as well before we get to talk about it on the show. So that's the kind of things you can expect from us on our social media. YouTube, you can expect reviews. You can expect footage. You can also expect from time to time clips of me and Bob from the show. If I think they're good enough to talk about, sometimes I'll post them there. So you'll see that even before the podcast gets dropped. So that's what you can find at YouTube. And you also find our live streams that we do every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Contact us, coastertalkpodcast.com/contact with any comments, questions, or concerns. And if you want to leave an audio file or if you want to contact us via email, just do that via James at coastertalkpodcast.com or Bob at coastertalkpodcast.com. And lastly, I want to plug in our merchandise. Our coastertalkpodcast.com/shop is where you can find access to the merch that we have there. And it would mean a lot if you guys support us there. So thank you guys so much for listening to the show this week. We've kept it under 2 hours, Bob. I think that might be the first time in a while.
Yes, actually, hour and a half almost.
Ooh, man, that's a big deal, guys. I don't think you grasp. And oh, we finished almost. Oh man, it's midnight right now, but we almost did it. We almost finished under the 12 deadline that Mike gives us every week. Almost. As I say this, it is literally midnight. It's on the dot. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys on next week's show. Bye, everyone. Dang, we almost did it, Mike. If he's still even there.
Oh wait, I must export it as MP3.
I want it on file that we finished right at 12. Does that count? Over and under. The over and under is 12.
I don't know.
That is 12. I don't know if that counts. I don't know. I don't do much betting.
I don't know. Where's Mike when you need him?
Let's see.
And Pam stayed awake. It's even more impressive.
Yeah, because we finished rather on time, not
What are
3
you
in the
talking
morning.
about? She's fallen asleep at 11 before. All right, let's Nyquist this sucker. It's gonna take a while to upload, by the way. Just FYI.
That's fine. I don't necessarily need it anytime soon. I'll have all weekend as I quarantine.
That's right.
I would be like, oh, I'm working from 10:30 to 8 o'clock, but I'm not even. Not. Unless tomorrow morning I wake up and they actually sent me my results and they're like, oh, yeah, you're negative. So I really hope they don't do that, though, honestly. Because now I have plans to, like, sit around and do podcast stuff.
Sit around and do nothing.
Do podcast stuff. And, yeah, pretty much do nothing. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of nice. It's like I'm kind of getting a summer break now. all summer I've been working, and then I get a nice little sliver of break here. Like I've on the weeks I've been off, I've gone to parks, so it's not even like I had a relaxing off time. Like it was like bam, 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 hit these parks up in Florida and California. Oh, actually, we'll talk about that off air. All the time in the world. I don't know about that one. Damn. I gotta write an essay for college too.
That's always fun.
I know, right? Okay, guys. Well, I think that'll do it. I really need to start recording us like I used to during the show. Like I need to start doing that. I say that I do that, but I haven't done it in like a couple months, or like probably even longer than that. Actually, it's probably
Yeah, when you were
7 or 8
saying that,
months.
I just thought of that. I was like, yeah, you haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, we need to maybe start doing that again because I think that all those videos that I did got a lot of views.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Pam, you can go to sleep now.
There's not enough space on the destination?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Bob.
It's 12 gigabytes. What the heck? think we're okay. I'm if I start sounding jittery, it's because stuff's uploading.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream anyway. So,
All
night,
right.
everyone.
See you guys next week. Actually, next week we might actually be back to Thursday night.
But we will be. Yeah. Well, we should be.
We should be. I don't want to promise anything.
Yeah. Let's not bet on it, but that's just the tentative plan.